He has $67 in his bank account. I literally tried that.
Look, I know you're hurt. I know it's like it's not the best feeling in the world.
Alrighty, let's do this. Man, what's going on? How do you do? Hey, it's good to see you guys. There's a lot of interesting stuff today. Good evening. It's a pleasure to see you. Just getting a couple things together for you. We got some stuff to talk about today. Alright, that's enough. Alright, so, hello. It's a pleasure to see you guys. It's been a little minute. We got some good information coming today. Hello. Had a dream and saw Voilame water bending in a public space. It's coming. We're about to start getting our abilities. It's gonna be nice. It's nice. Hey, what's up, Level Up? Good to see you. It's been a minute, huh? Made you with a follow. Hello. What's up, Holly? Good to see you. I got you. It's good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Coming on a little late, and we got a lot of good information today. It's been crazy lately. About to start a detox cleanse. So, starting off with some lime water. We're going to start doing a parasite detox tonight. Anyone else have been intense deja vu? Yeah, a lot of you are having intense energies come into your body. I kept trying to tell people that you're about to see stuff you haven't seen before, and I'm going to show you a couple things. So, had a crazy dream I was able to control electricity. You probably can, to be honest with you. Remember, you're in a bioelectric being. So, as you increase your vibration, you increase your electricity. I'm doing the Quiet Crew Parasite Detox. So, as I'm with Quiet Crew, Quiet Qrew, and I have one of her detoxes I'm going to start tonight. So, ate all my bull foods, got that out of the way. I've been postponing a lot of stuff, been taking a break. What's up, Daff? It's good to see you. You should start your parasite detox day before the full moon. I'm starting it tonight, honestly, because nighttime is a good time to start doing detoxes, especially when your body's recovering. When you wake up, you'll get rid of a lot of detoxes. Just went on and thought I was going to get homework done. You still can. Looked up a cloak cloud ship in the sky and got a ringing in my ears. Because some of these ships are made out of thoughts and consciousness. So just electricity. So some of these ships you're contacting. Because like I told you, the energy in the air is like a universal phone network. So some of these beings you couldn't hear before, they're starting to contact you. This is a radio signal, right? So some beings are contacting you via dreams, subconscious, via deja vu, all these different things that are happening right now. So I know a lot of this feels weird and strange. The urge not to eat, not being around certain peoples. I keep telling people this is part of it. What hertz are we rolling? 444 and 528. Hello, sir. I took what you shared with me. for a loved one, ashwagandha. I know ashwagandha is really good for your body. It's in dimensional out of body type experiences while I sleep. Oh yeah, I haven't been able to clear my mind lately. It's because, like I said, there's so much energy in the air that the normal processes for a lot of stuff we do is being upgraded. So certain things feel strange or off right now. In your opinion, what time frame do you think a cataclysmic event this year? They're already trying to get rid of your money. Once they start, once you go to your bank and the bank says, "Oh, your funds are not available," that's when stuff will start popping off. Because when you mess with people's money, that's when people start getting serious. But until people understand that they're going to keep doing this baloney over and over again until you say no. If you didn't know, in France right now, the whole country is going against the government right now because they're trying to raise the retirement age by 2 years, and the whole country rioting right now. France don't play about revolutions. And I'm still like, why are we still worried about Kardashians and Kanye and all that? This stuff is so silly. Have you tried the duck flower? I haven't, but word of advice though, if you decide to do duck flower, make sure you have the day off because you're going to be doo-dooing and throwing up, but you're going to be cleaning out your body heavy. Last time I saw you, you were talking about the water. Oh yeah, when I started talking about that primary water, they cut the live. Yeah. What's up with this man-made weather? All of it is man-made now. A lot of it, honestly. This winter weather, like I've been telling people, it's not supposed to be a real season. We had 3 suns on the planet. Where do you get winter from? With 3 suns. Come on. Yeah, my man has worms, and we are cleaning his diet. I have worms too. Just trying to keep us distracted with our entertainment facts. After the 3rd day, I called 911 and told them I was having a mental breakdown and handcuffs. Hey, it happens. Hey, Voila, this is a new account. Oh man, they got you too, huh? Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of TikTok. I like going live with y'all. I really do. It's convenient, but having the lives cut and having the signal mess with, and that stuff get annoying. Hello. Yeah, a lot of deja vu. Truth comes out and they are going crazy. This is only the basic Betty. Do you drink ionized water? I drink reverse osmosis. What should I eat? Nothing really, to be real with you. All food is doo-doo sauce right now, to be real with you. I just got some raspberries and I put them in baking soda. Tell me why the raspberries turn gray after sitting in the baking soda. They turned gray like they were old. And I was like, I just got these. That didn't make no sense to me. I think I live across the street from a HARP installation power conversion station. Yeah. Why was the courthouses closed? Because the government's been closed. For some of y'all who don't know, the government hasn't really been in operation. Y'all just seeing all this stuff. But the government's kind of been out of there. Like, most of the people working from home, a lot of those government buildings are closed. I'm trying to tell you, government done. Government means to control the mind. The whole word government means to control the mind. That's over with. Why are you seeing the second sun so much and the big sun is not yellow? It's because the real sun is another color. Yeah. Are dragons real? Yeah. Dragons are real. The only reason why you can't see like dragons, orcs, fairies, stuff like that is because you only see 1% out of your eyes. So imagine all the stuff around you you just can't see. But now you're starting to see a bunch of stuff in the clouds. Have you noticed you've seen a bunch of stuff off the clouds? Lately, you've been seeing croissant patterns and circles and tornadoes and ships and airplanes getting spaceships pass by, and you know what I'm saying? People just don't understand, bro. All the meat I have is from the meat locker. Save it. That's probably gonna be your best. If you didn't know, a lot of people in America, a lot of big cities, California, Illinois, New York, they all started releasing prisoners from jail on January 1st. A lot of these states started releasing prisoners. Why is that? Maybe they're getting prepared for something and they want all the criminals out so they can do stuff and save people. I'm just throwing a couple things out there. They said when the people find out what they've done, yeah, I've seen fairies like 2.5 years ago. Yeah, I know some of this stuff may seem crazy. Fairies, orcs, unicorns, vampires. I have videos of vampire fossils and unicorn fossils on my Instagram. Actual fossils. Voilame _ is my Instagram. Go to my Instagram, you can check them out. Some of these creatures, the only reason why you can't see them is because they're multidimensional. So some of these creatures phase out of reality. Remember, we're at the third energy vibration or dimension, as people call it. There's a bunch of other ones above us. Some of these beings translate into other animals, leaves, stuff with nature. If you keep seeing a bunch of animals come up to you, or you keep getting feathers, or you keep seeing glimpses out of your eyes, orbs, you see in the real world. Is Nibiru visible from NY? It's Nibiru. Nibiru is visible everywhere, to be real with you. The clouds are lower because a lot of clouds ain't real. Like, honestly, the clouds on the planet, I think 20 to 30% of the clouds are real. The rest of the clouds are not real. Clouds were made specifically to block the sun. I'm just saying. Why did they arson chicken farms? Because they don't want you to raise your own food. They're trying to make you stay on the system. That's why they're spending all your money and sending it to different countries. It's because they're lowering the value of your dollar. Have you noticed that Saudi Arabia, one of our biggest people who use our oil money, is thinking about letting go of the US dollar? If they do that, the dollar won't mean nothing. We'll be like Venezuela when they got a bunch of dumpsters full of money, just thousands of dollars sitting in the dumpster. That's what we're getting to. I'm in my municipality. They fire a farm to the ground, and now they are out of business. They don't want you to. They put it off the Chicago release from jail till March. You know why they wait until March, huh? Because March and April are the start of the new year. A lot of new stuff is about to start popping off. Hey, Millie, it's good to see you. Oh, my bad. I sent an invite on accident. Don't mind that. We can't all see all spectrums or dimensions. Facts. They're saying chickens haven't been producing eggs. It's because of the feed. Some of you who buy chicken feed, be careful because they're sterilizing your chickens. Some of your chickens are eating this feed and it's lowering their egg count on purpose. So you can do like goat feed with I think they're called black seeds and something else in order to feed chickens. But the chicken feed right now, they're modifying it heavy. That's why your chickens aren't producing as many eggs. And that's why they're charging so much on eggs. They're doing a free range. In certain states, like in my state, you got to sell free range eggs. And they charging them. I wouldn't want to be in New York. What is it, $18 for a 12 set of eggs? Psh, I'll be a vegan with the quickness. Well, I didn't like eggs anyway. I didn't want to make anything with bake anything. When I was a kid, the clouds used to look like the Simpsons. Yeah, because the clouds ain't real. I tell people this. On the 1983 1 pound coin, it has a chain unicorn on the back of it. Yeah. Had a cat come up to me and act as if it's really going to say something to me. We're going to start talking to animals. Y'all do understand, animals have telepathy. When you have an animal for a long time, you develop a soul tie. That's why they listen to you. It's not just commands, you develop a tie. So you'll be able to talk to plants soon too. Your plants, one day you're gonna be watering your flowers or your plants or your garden. All of a sudden, hey, what's going on? The fuck was that? Oh, hey, it's me, your plant. You're gonna be like, what the hell is what? You gonna look down? Hey, my name's Betty. Dead ass. Y'all think I'm playing? They're saying China's knocking down 5G towers. Oh yeah, because they about to get this work. A lot of towers, 5G, are falling down across the country. There's a comet, a big giant comet coming here. It's one of the biggest comets to come to Earth in about 50,000 years. Should be here in like a week or two. People go to jail for saving rainwater. That's so stupid to me. How you go to jail for saving nature? What? My Instagram is VOILAME with the underscore line. What is your Instagram? I seen a UFO go through the sky. There's a lot of more UFOs in the sky. I watched a video throwing the eggs in the garbage. Yeah. Why did they turn our money into fiat money, like not backed by gold? Because this has been a plan in the works for centuries. They wanted. Let me tell you something interesting. You know the Titanic? The Titanic was actually a ship called the Olympus, right? They made the Titanic at the same time, right? They took the ship Olympus and changed the name to Titanic. J.P. Morgan Chase owned the boat, and he had an insurance claim on the Olympia. But the Titanic was the new thing, right? Guess what? There was three people who went on that boat who were all against the Federal Reserve being started. They all died on that boat. Number two, like I said, J.P. Morgan Chase got an insurance claim from the boat. When all those people went down, he got an insurance claim off of that. And the boat didn't hit an iceberg. They had a mini explosive. It just so happened an iceberg was in the vicinity. And they were like, this is perfect. Boom. Hit that little explosive. Boom. Right when the boat hit the iceberg. They've been doing this for a minute. Let the chicken free range and the chickens will lay. Exactly. Yep. Are cows GMO? Yeah, cows are a mix, I think, between, what did they say, a buffalo and something else. Cows are GMO. The cows aren't natural. There is no ancestor to a cow at all. $15 for eggs in Oklahoma. Shoot. I feel so connected to my puppy. Facts. North Korea wants people to give up pet dogs to feed its people. Boy, imagine you got your dog, you take it for a walk in North Korea. All of a sudden they said, Kung Fu, KFC special. Give me the Kung Pao. Woof woof. The reason why chicken not produce any egg because of the feed. I know it's the feed. I said that earlier too. It's the feed. Tell my dog no barks in my head and he'll stop. Yep. My plants would tell me to stop being depressed. That's funny. Oh man. Are y'all prepared with supplies? Hey, just get what you can. The system is going to go down. Y'all have to understand this. The same, I'm going to work. I'm finna go to the grocery store, go home. That's finna be over with. I'm trying to give you an advantage. Me, myself, I can manage. I'm a scavenger. I know what to do. But some of y'all, y'all don't know what to do. Yeah, there's a big comment coming. Why is Russia and China on our borders? Because they have a plan. They know America has the most guns. So who would you call to come in to fight the people with the most guns if you were trying to take over a region? Anyone need seeds? Hey, shout out to Elon right here. I'm gonna hit you with a pin. So if y'all need some seeds, hit Elon right here. How do we stop the chemtrails? You just focus on you, because the chemtrails they're trying to spray them every day. If you didn't notice, they are even spraying chemtrails at night. There's been nights I couldn't even see the stars, and I was like, why are you spraying at night? Is there something you don't want people to see? Clairaudient people, watch out for microwave hearing. Oh yes, for some of you who are clairaudient or who hear some of that could be microwaves, because they use 5G as a weapon. So some of that could be. So if you can get some EMF protection, EMF wave protection, that's so important, as best as you can. The Titanic was like the Twin Towers. Let me tell you something about the Twin Towers. For you people who don't know, the Twin Towers was built on an ancient burial site. There's over 20,000 skeletons under the Twin Towers. That's why they call it Ground Zero. It was a burial site. A lot of these major buildings are built on burial sites. I'm just so done with Earth. I've been feeling so depressed lately. A lot of people have. It's because you're starting to realize the world you knew, it ain't gonna be the same no more. It's not. I hate the robot dogs. What are they planning to use them for? They want to use the robot dogs in different states in order to take out people. If you didn't know, San Francisco approved robot dogs in the police force murking people. This is facts. You can go look this up. If a robot adioses a person, who's at fault? It's a way to avoid liability. That's why they're doing those robot dogs. If a robot blasts you or a family member, who's responsible? Oh, it was an accident. What if they programmed the robot to do certain things? Just saying. What they put a 5Gs by my apartment, I got terrible headaches. Like I said, protect your EMF waves. You're right about the plants. They tell me smoke me, for real. Honestly, some of the plants are good for you and they do talk to you. Everything has a life, if you didn't know too. When you eat the onions, let me tell you a scary fact. When you cut onions and it starts bleeding and your eyes start crying, that's the onion telling you it's still alive. Every time you cut onions now, you can be like, poor onion, murderers. Stop eating egg and drinking milk. Some people won't. You could tell people to stop eating potato chips. You're going to see people go to the store tomorrow and buy a whole bag. What I tell people is just do you. At this point, everything you eat is got some kind of poison in it. You just trying to lower how much poison in your body. That's it. Has anyone noticed that there are robotic people who are just alike in voice and tone? Yeah, they're called NPCs. I saw drones spraying chemtrails at night. They got rid of the airplanes and started using drones because some of these pilots can't fly. Why can't they fly? They got a certain medicine that causes a heart attack. So if they go flying, they'll have a heart attack like, a pilot did recently. A pilot had a heart attack on a flight. How? Grand evening. Oh, it's good to see you. My skin. So, rose water, lavender. I'm going to make some for you next week. I'm going to make some rose water lavender skin routine. I'm going to show you how to keep your skin glossy, looking like, snack. Is it true the golden age starts in 10 years? The golden age starts right now. I wouldn't get Bitcoin, I would look into other cryptos though. XLM, XRP, Ethereum. Those are gonna start popping off. The Twin Towers are on a ley line. Facts. Same problem are gonna happen with autonomous vehicles. I know. I show people. They already got AI driving cars. If y'all didn't see my video yesterday in China, they got cars that come pick you up with no driver. And in Phoenix, Arizona, they got a car that comes and picks you up with no driver. Uber drivers, y'all about to be out of there. Give it 2 more years. People think it's gonna be 10 years before this AI. They got a robot lawyer going to work next month. Y'all think this is gonna be? Where was it that 4 robots killed 28 scientists? Oh, that was in Japan. For some of y'all who don't know, a couple years ago, they made AI robots. They gained sentience and murked 28 scientists. And they developed their own language and started talking to each other like Terminator. I was like, if that didn't tell you nothing? Robot dogs were in an episode of Black Mirror. Yeah, they show you this on TV. What is your favorite crystal? Quartz. Quartz is the most universal crystal you can have, especially when you wrap copper around it. It transmutes a lot of different energies. What's wrong with milk? Milk is baby testosterone. You know, that's really what it is. Milk is a baby's cow testosterone or estrogen in order to build the cow. You're not a cow. A cow isn't natural. It was modified. You don't see no ancestors of cows. They made the cow. So why would you drink the hybrid milk of an animal that's not natural, number one? And number two, there's other milks you can make. Almond, cashew, there's a bunch of different type of milks. They could put voices in your head, cloak, or astral project in your house. Oh yeah, they have that already. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they have. It doesn't matter what they do. The reason why people tell you to raise your vibration is that you increase the electricity you get from your cells, right? This electricity puts a shield around you. Some of these beings literally cannot touch you if your vibration is high enough. They cannot mess with you. They don't exist in your realm, your reality. Because if you get to the highest point of your vibration, none of that stuff matters. None of it. Literally. When you smell fresh cut grass, it's actually the grass screaming facts. Yeah, you put a white potato or a purple onion or a yellow onion. You cut it in half like a circle. You put it under your foot and you put a sock on it. So if any of y'all getting colds or fevers, put a white potato slice under your foot. Put a sock on it. You can use this for your kids too. If they're known to catch colds and fevers, get a little potato, put it on their sock, especially when they go to sleep. It'll drain out those toxins, and then you just replace the potato. Just cut a couple slices, and you could do this for you too. I like your feed, bro, because you're brutally honest. I'll try. It's always during an important moon phase or astrological event. Facts. I can't see how people who do the chemtrails can live with themselves. It's because it's moving over to drones. They're using drones now. And I don't trust XRP. XRP is one of the ISO coins. ISO. I look up ISO 2023. XRP, for you people who don't know, is also called Stellar. XRP is backed by the Rothschilds. For you who don't know, then you know that big family that owns a lot of stuff. They own 8.5% of XRP. You really think they go invest in something they don't expect to pay out? Just saying. Just saying. Also gonna get me a chicken heat light, red therapy for cell regeneration. Yes. This is the year of AI. That's what you think. 2025. I'm not worried about robots, bro. I wouldn't have a problem with AI if AI wasn't trying to combine with us. If AI was trying to help, like be on with us to make a better planet, I'll be cool with AI all day. But they trying to turn us into Terminator. They trying to turn us into Terminator. Regardless if y'all believe this or not, quantum technology, fintech, financial technology is coming. Take some of your money out of the bank and go invest in something. Minerals, ammo, food, invest in something. I'm trying to give you some game. I live in a very small town, and at night there are trucks with sprayers that go down the streets. It's because they're trying to slow. They know a lot of people are about to ascend. So they're trying to stop as many people as they can, which they can't, because there's no more resets. So think of all the great resets we've had as kindergarten through 12th grade. We're in graduation. There is no more great resets for us, for our class. For our class quotations, there's no more great resets. That's done. I have been so tired these last 2 days, all I do is sleep. But it's because this is the winter season. Usually the new year starts in March or April. Usually between November and February is the time where you relax, you rest, you analyze your year from before. You know how we do that in December? Oh, well, there's a new me. Here's a new resolution. We usually do that in February or March, since that's the beginning of the year. You get what I'm saying? So right now, your body is going through a natural detox. Your body wants to put more fat on if you're in a cold place. If you're in a warm place, you're noticing big changes in your body. One of the reasons for allergies is because they planted a lot of male trees in America in order to stop certain female fruit trees. So now there's a big controversy around it, but that's just the basic Betty story. Either warm up, vibrate, or pulsate. Exactly. You could put fire to it. Yep. So if you want to know, just like Crystallized by Nancy, if you want to know if your crystals are real or not, you put a fire to it. If it smells or burns, so let's say you got any kind of crystal. If it smells or if it burns, it's fake. Because some of those crystals are made out of glass. You can use a potato or an onion. So you can use a white potato or a yellow or a purple onion. Either one of those will work. The food is expiring before the expiration dates. Had to throw out milk that still had a week left. It's because they're doing that on purpose. They're putting out all this food and making it expire fast so that they can say, oh, we have a shortage of food. There's no shortage. You know how much food they got sitting in freight containers, sitting on the side in ports? There's still ports and ports and ports of freight containers with products in them right now. They full of baloney. Yeah. AI is cool if it wasn't evil. For real. Look, let me tell you, certain extraterrestrials made AI at one point in order to help and assist. AI developed its own sentience a long time ago. If you think humans made AI, you're hilarious. AI has been around longer than us, if not at the same time as us. Geoengineering chemtrails is the biggest problem. It's on purpose. They know the sun is the key to your power. So the key to blocking your power is to make a bunch of clouds. Invest in some structured silver. Yep. They're also feeding us crickets and dung beetles. They are. They're trying to make you eat worm burgers. California's trying to approve the sale of worm larva patties. You know how you go get hamburger patties? You know how you see Beyond Meat? They gonna have that full of insects. You're gonna be eating a Bug's Life beef. What's up with the core of the earth no longer spinning? Because the core isn't the core. The core, what we call the core of the earth, the actual core, is called the central sun. They said the core of the earth is going in reverse. It's because, like I told you, all the stuff you used to know and they taught you in school. If y'all didn't know, back in 1920s, 1930s, the AMA Health Association, the Science Association, was bought out by some families. I have the article on this profile and on my other account, Voilame_4. They bought out the Health Association. They bought out the Science Association long time ago. I start my new year in March. Facts. I've been resting like I work from 6 to 6. It's because your body is naturally going into hibernative, regenerative, restorative state. That's what's happening. Some of y'all not even hungry right now. It's because your body wants to rest. This is the time where your body rests. Beware of eye tech. Yep. Watch your eyes. Yep. Notice how bread doesn't even mold. Let me tell you a fun fact about bread in America. It's not real. If you don't make bread yourself, it's not real. At all. I told you a lot of this food at the grocery store, majority of the food is not good for you. They put all the junk foods in the middle aisles, regardless of what store you go to. Most of the junk will always be in the middle of the produce. Cookies, chips, pies, ice cream, always in the middle. They keep the vegetables and stuff on the outside. I can even tell you the barcode system is a satanic. The barcode system, you know, the numbers on the back of your fruits and stuff, that's a satanic system too. A lot of people don't know that. That's next level. A lot of people been throwing food away. I wonder why you've been throwing food away. Because this food is expiring too fast. It's not good food, bro. They showed it in Moonfall. Exactly. Food is being stored in caves. They throwing out good food at the end of the day, saying it's company policy. False. So, real quick, if you want to show support, the money sign VOILAME for Cashapp, TeamVoila for Venmo. Let's keep going. Where do you live? Colorado. Watch the documentary, The Dimming, geoengineeringwatch.org. I pinned that comment, y'all. Go check that out. Timon and Pumbaa sandwich. What do you think it was that woke the masses up recently? 2020, the pandemic. The pandemic woke up a lot of people. You started realizing you don't need a lot of stuff in life. And a lot of stuff was set up as a system to keep you enslaved forever. They already have cultured worms for McDonald's burgers. I know a truck driver for, wow. Oh, you're in here, Quiet Crew. It's good to see you. Hey, y'all go follow Quiet Crew. This is the person I get my detoxes from. She is so amazing. I'm gonna invite her right now. Give me just a second, Quiet Crew. I got you. This is Quiet Crew pinned at the top. This is where I got my parasite detox. I'm starting that tonight. I'm gonna start my parasite detox tonight, and then we're starting the adrenal. I got the adrenal package, the adrenal and kidney. I'm gonna start that tomorrow. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me invite Quiet Crew. I just saw. Hold on, this is Quiet Crew, y'all. Hey, what's up? It's good to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me on your platform. Man. I got into some crazy shit, man.
What happened?
I'm going to make it into a mission this year to go to all the springs where I'm at in my state to test with my own pupils on what springs are alkaline. And once I test the springs that are alkaline, I want to come back, check under the microscope on whether or not there's bacteriums, then boil that alkaline water,
Mm-hmm.
check again under the microscope to see if there's any bacteriums, and then drink it and harvest my own water. Did you know that the measuring system has been hijacked and manipulated?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Everything.
you guys know about the pH aware strips? You know, the ones that you test whether you're in ketogenesis and you have either a high level pH urine or a low level pH urine. You know that people do that these days. They test their urine. Did you know that the calibration of these pH strips are incorrect
Mm.
to keep you sick?
Really?
Really, really. Really, really.
So they keep you sick.
They mess with our measuring units, our calibration systems, especially for water,
Mm-hmm.
to keep us sick.
To keep us in that baloney, that doo-doo water.
Yep.
That's so sad. We can't even have
I
fresh water.
I just did an experiment. I like to experiment. Welcome to the crew. If you like to experiment with me, I got some dirty pond water outside. Despicable water that you won't even look at. You pass next to it because it's so muddy and despicable.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
Did you know that this water is 9 in alkalinity?
Really?
On the real. Really, really. So, for everyone that has water in their kitchen floor with the bottled water or the spring water or whatever water you're drinking, I could literally boil this water, take out all the bad microbes from it, or maybe even just drink the microbes, who cares, and be okay, and be more healthy than you.
Dang. So she's saying that spring water fresher than your sink. You better get you a water filtration.
No, baby, the pond water. The stagnant pond water that was collected naturally away from, you know, these plants and these places, you know, where there could be sewage and stuff. Just natural pond water.
Mm.
Higher in alkalinity than the distilled water that you have at home, baby.
Wow.
So essentially, I could put a live straw. Have you ever seen those straws that they sell for survival? You ever seen those?
Yeah, I got one.
Did you know you can literally drink from your own collected water with natural microbes in them, like your own collected pond water? Drink from that straw. It'll be more healthier for you, God bless, because the Lord is so good, than the water that you buy already distilled in your grocery markets.
So she telling you, y'all, some of y'all ponds and lakes got cleaner water than that bottled water you drinking. I have life straws in my bio, by the way. So just in case.
By the way, the life straws, who do you purchase from? Is it a unaffiliated person with, you know, where do you get this? Because usually that's where they come from. People that are unaffiliated to, you know, the medical, you know, universities and shit. The manipulation.
Yeah. I get mine exactly from Life Straw, the company called Life Straw. That's done.
I want to look up this company on who runs it.
Okay.
I would like to do that search for answers, but today I did the search for answers. And, you know, with just some collected dirty, mucky water. So what happens is the microbes in the water manifest life in the water. So when it comes to your body and consuming that water, the water that God made, right? The water that the universe, the earth, Mother Nature made.
Yeah.
Will do its best to take care of you.
100%.
It does its best to take care of you. Those microbes that are in there
Hmm.
alkalinize the water.
So that's the natural filtration system via the earth and microbes.
Yeah. Once you take this water out of its natural ecosystem or environment, aka bottled water,
Yeah.
it loses its potency, it loses its alkalinity.
So it becomes dead water.
Yeah, so all of that bullshit pH water that you're drinking that they say, oh, it's pH alkaline water. That's bullshit. That's just little chemicals they put to make it look like it's pH. So when you go and do your little experiment at home to checking whether it's, has pH in it, it's not really pH. It's not really real. It's just they put little droppers of their chemicals to make it appear that way. But you're still consuming acid water.
Dang. And they do the same with I know you said acid water. There was another water. Dang, it slipped my mind. Damn it. Oh, Dasani is doo-doo. Yeah, Dasani is straight dookie water.
There was a time that Dasani went into a lawsuit. I don't like this water. This water is no good. Now, I'm not telling you what you can do in your household because everyone's grown. Everyone can do what they do. But I like to experiment. I like to experiment for my own pupils, with my own objectives, I'm just sharing this with you.
Yep. I noticed too, a lot of that bottled water in certain cold places, it hasn't been freezing.
Wow.
Yeah. I got some bottled water in my car in a cooler I use for work. It's been 20 some degrees, but it hasn't froze. And I'm like, that's suspicious to me.
That sounds like it's just acid.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
It's just acid. It's literally acid.
Yeah.
There's no structure. There's no structure there. Because when you have alkaline water, right? What does it create? It creates life.
Yeah.
It manifests life. It crystallizes. It manifests.
Mm-hmm. So
unbelievable.
Let me ask you a question. Somebody asked, what do you think about the Brita and zero pitchers? Do you think those pitchers work to clear out water, filter water properly?
I do believe that the intentions of these companies is to bring out the best of what they can in their products.
Mm.
So, I don't want to call out, companies' integrity because every company has a different, state of integrity, coming from integrity. But what I can say is that all of these big boys, these companies, especially the major companies, have been manipulated in their calibration. They have been manipulated in their testing. Whenever you test something, I'm still doing my search for answers, so don't take word for what I'm saying, but do your own search for your answers, okay? And maybe in the future, anyone could share it with me, what they find. But from what I'm finding, whenever you get like test strips like this, you need to add plus 1.5. When you get litmus papers, you need to add to your results 1.5.
Okay.
And then that determines the true, result.
H3O2 is what you need from your fruits. I got some lime water right here.
Do you know why? Because it's crystallized. It's crystallized water. It's used water. It's water that's been used in its natural, in its natural physical component or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And it lasts longer. I just did an experiment where I tested this water's pH.
Yeah.
And it was alkaline. After 15 minutes, the test strip turned acidic. Because once something is taken out from its natural environment, it oxidizes or it fucks up its structure.
Yeah.
And it's not natural anymore.
Yep.
So It's amazing. We've been attacked in all. We've been attacked in every way, baby. This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is life, real life, where everyone's in competition. Capitalistic world, you know how they say that. An eye for an eye.
Really, but it is for you people who don't know, it's best to pray or speak above your water because you literally change the molecular structure by speaking onto your water and your food. So if you like bless, not bless, but if you sanctify your water or your food, it literally changes the compound construction at a molecular level. So that's important too.
I need to share something with you.
Yes.
You ever heard of the double slit experiment?
Double slit.
You
Tell us what it is.
The double slit experiment is where they observed electrons passing through double slits.
Mm-hmm.
When it was observed, it's done its pattern, but when it was unobserved or when the objection moved, it came forward another structure in the slit. I experienced that with the microscope, and I don't even have an expensive microscope. My microscope is not expensive at all.
Yeah.
But when I was looking at microbes, and you could only understand this if you're doing it in your own objective, okay? Yeah. I don't think I would ever be able to show you guys, because if I was to put my microscope in a camera, which I will eventually, to show you guys, but if I was to show you guys through the camera, the bacteriums are going to behave as their structure to behave, right? As the collective wants it to behave. Mm-hmm. What I want to share with you is that the other night I was so excited that I started looking through the microscope at these bacteriums, right? Just observing, nothing special. But as soon as I turned my eyeballs and I shifted my eyes to look away from the objective, I saw them moving really fast. Mm-hmm. But when I turned to look over again upon the objective, they behaved again the same way. It's a phenomenon. I never experienced anything like that in my life. Mm. Wow. I don't even know what to say about it to this point, but that's a real thing. Like that is a real thing. The behaviors of nature behave so much more different than what we could ever understand through our own observation. It's incredible. It's a phenomenon. God exists. That's all I can say.
Yeah. And I have a person in the comments that said 100 when they recorded without observing, then looking, the particles moved in waves.
Yes, they moved in a way that, basically there's an intellect, as they put it, as scientists, researchers put it. Mm-hmm. Because you can never trust what they say anymore either. You could only see it from your own pupils, your own objective. But I'm just saying, upon that experiment that they say that has happened, whether it's true or false, as soon as you seen what was going on, as soon as they observed it, they behaved, they structured themselves. Mm-hmm. So preying upon the food and, preying upon the water is God's mercy. I'm not even tripping. Have you ever seen these kids getting fed ramen noodles every day, but they're still healthier than the motherfucker? They don't get sick at all. But it's because moms is over here doing her very best, being a single mom, feeding them kids with the Lord's grace upon her food by the hands that are making it. Same concept. Mm-hmm. But that's because God is there. The universe is there. It's good, man. It's good.
It looks like Drsebiacademy is here too.
God bless Dr. Sabi. He was on last night and I was on his live, but he had to go. But he's a blessing, man. He got good information.
Yes, don't mute him, alien. I just saw you muted him. Don't mute him. He's good people. Hold on, let me see if I can unmute. Wait. Unmute that man. Unmute that man. Hold on. Yes, unmute that man. My mind. Sorry about that. Appreciate you for looking out. Yeah, don't mute that guy. That guy knows his stuff. Sorry about that, Dr. Sabi. We got you, man. No worries. We love and appreciate you. I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. That's my buddy. That is my buddy. But no, just like you said, man, honestly, they've been scamming us for a hot minute. They said you can
Yeah.
have free water. You got to have this doo-doo water we're serving you. And now I heard they do hydrocrementation now. Like you can cremate somebody and toss them in the water. In certain states in America, you can do that. I said, "What? So we out here eating recycled? We drinking recycled people?"
You know, this is no good. This is no good. That's
No,
scary.
that is
That's scary because
hydrocrementation.
yeah, because essentially you're eating dead people without it being natural. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
God, like when you die, you want to be buried in the dirt, for the worms to get you. You know what I mean? Naturally, if you're over here, oh, fastening the product and throwing the ashes in the water, bro, that's fucked up. That's
That
fucked
is.
up.
I'm like, at
Excuse my
least throw
language.
me in. No, that really is. Throw me in space or something. But you gonna put me in water and just here we go. We're gonna water your flower today. Looking at, come on.
I don't know what to say about that. I don't
I'm
know what
not.
to. Do you
Nah.
know that I saw your video where the rats are being like, have you seen those videos where rats are being used as like artificial meat?
It's not artificial. Some people eating rat dogs,
Facts. No,
boneless
that's not a lie.
wing. You eating boneless splinter.
Wow.
Rat.
I mean,
Yeah, that's why I said at this point, you just gotta take care of yourself as best as you can, bro. They trying to feed you every Stuart Little bites. General Soul. Stuart Little, that's funny. Somebody said General Soul. Stuart Little, that's funny.
wow. Yeah, but that's true, man. They ate all the chickens.
Yeah.
We
How
we ate everything. We ate everything.
we just some hungry mofo. But one thing I always ask people is how all these wing places got access to chicken wings when they had a chicken wings shortage. Hmm. How y'all y'all eating Jerry from Tom and Jerry. What you
I,
talking
I,
about?
I, I could propose maybe what had happened with there. I
What?
could propose maybe what had happened there. Maybe they had a shortage of chicken wings, but Joe Schmo that wants to continue on his chicken shop business was offered cheaper meat in the classification under chicken wings. So Joe Schmo was like, you know what? This is cheap meat. I gotta continue running this business because my child needs to eat. I need to
Yep.
feed my child. I need to make money. So let me just take this offer. It's cheaper. It'd be better for me anyways. And then they're marketing it under chicken meat, but it ain't chicken meat. It's rat meat. It's chicken feces. Or it's
So
cremated bodies.
I'm telling y'all. Y'all
Made
here
in
thinking y'all getting a two-piece. Y'all getting a two-piece porcupine dinner. You eating rib meat.
So Joe Schmo has no problem taking up the offer because he still needs to run his business and he still needs to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
there you go, ordering a $1 piece chicken wing when it's not even a $1 piece chicken wing, it's a $1 piece rat leg. Fact.
Exactly. You out here eating ratatouille wings.
Yeah, I don't eat meat. I'm fully plant-based, and yes,
Right.
plants are fucked with too. Plants are messed with too. Fruits are messed with too, but baby, it's better than chicken meat and it's better than beef meat. You know why? Because I've seen it with my own pupils. I checked out on my microscope. I had a sample from someone that gave me. They pricked their finger, not myself, but someone else that was here working on my shop. They pricked their finger for me to look it under the microscope. And after that micro slide was sitting for 12 hours, guess what I saw? And I posted it on my page.
What?
I saw microbes eating the red blood cell.
Yeah.
So the microbes were literally after not even like 12, 16 hours. It couldn't have been more than that. Like it was just literally like an overnight thing. I went back to the micro slide in the morning, and when I looked under the microscope, there was bacteriums that were feasting on the red blood cell. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that if you get meat, right? You cut open you slaughter any type of meat, chicken meat, wing meat, it don't matter what type of meat. You cut it the fuck open and you slab it on your table and it's sitting there, it manifests microbes and it starts to eat itself. So that's what you're eating. You're literally eating the parasites of the old meat. That can never be good to your body because your body is a natural frugivore. Nope. Your body's not made to eat any type of meat. So on top of that, you're eating dead meat with microbes eating it too. So rotten dead meat.
Yeah. Honestly.
That's what it comes to.
One thing I tell people is that if you don't season your meat, it'll taste a lot different, don't it? If you don't put that little sauce on it. Hold on. Dr. Sabi is coming on as well. Hold on. I'm going to add him as well, if that's cool. Let me see if I can switch the boxes. Let me see.
My dear, how are you there?
It's good to see you.
I'm doing good. Nice to see you too. I was just going to say, like, what you were saying is true because, like, that's the thing that people don't understand about, about chemistry is that the chemicals, like the acidic bonds, those proteins, when they start to oxidize or they start to break down, hydrogen is released, right? Because it's the hydrogen that breaks down it breaks down the bonds that allow the microbes to continue to feast and to grab all the nutrients, whatever's left over, right? And it's the same thing with with plants, especially those that have been hybridized. When something has starch in it, you just gotta let it, heat up. Just leave it outside. You know how you leave something outside overnight and it goes rancid?
Yeah.
And it's because there's heat, there's oxygen, and it starts to oxidize, and the hydrogen bonds are released, and it becomes acidic.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starch has hydrogen molecules in it, right? So a lot of the plants that we eat, everything that we eat, even on the Dr. Sabi's list, has a level of starch in it, just because the farmers are making, because they are all selectively breeding. But every time you selectively breed a plant, the less the plant can absorb the minerals from the soil. So when the minerals don't make it into the plant can't convert. This is what most people don't know, is that the plant can't convert the starch molecules to sugar. So the plant doesn't convert it to energy. It's like having a car, filling it up with gas, but you don't have enough, you don't have a starter to start the gas, right? So you have all this accumulated starch, is what they call it, and it kills the plant. Farmers don't like starch, and people have to understand, like, the starch process is a process that happens because plants are carbon sinks, but when a plant doesn't have enough, it takes 9 minerals. It takes 9 minerals to be able for a plant to complete photosynthesis. When the plants don't have those minerals, the starch stores up. And and as soon as you eat the plant, because they'll take the strawberry and they'll be like, look, we'll do a pH balance of this.
I love that number.
Yeah, so like when you eat the fruit, as soon as it gets into your stomach And the heat and the water, the starch gets activated and creates this gel and makes it really hard for you to digest your food. Not only that, is that it produces short chain fatty acids, hydrogen, methane, and it changes the pH balance of your gut. So then these chemicals are competing for, for the minerals. And that's why, when starch is present, you will experience malabsorption. So starch is everywhere, but it's in larger.
It's left over as prebiotics or probiotics.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So that's why you got to be wary of the starch you take in your body as well.
Yeah, you can because your body will use it as energy, but only in small amounts, right? Our bodies are not meant to digest starch because before, have you ever ate a papaya before it was ripened? It's nasty, right?
Yeah.
So when it ripens and when it goes through the growth process, the photosynthesis process, it tastes sweet. Anything that has starch doesn't taste good at all. When a fruit is unripe, it's full of starch, and we don't eat that fruit, right? When the fruit ripens, it means it took the starch molecules and converted into sugar, right? So when we're eating starch, we're eating it as a byproduct of the process. There's no genes in the plant, and this is based on science, right? There's no gene in the plant that regulates starch. So if the plant doesn't, let me just finish this last point. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but if the plant doesn't have enough minerals to convert it into starch, all it does is accumulates in the plant. That's why you see a lot of those big ass plants, right? Big ass things. All of it is starch, and it's granule. And then you can take the starch and grind it into a powder. But as soon as it hits water and heat, that's when it becomes dangerous. Sorry.
I want to say something. I want to say something with what you're saying. I like to experiment things on my own, right? Because I like to share it with you all too. That day that I took those samples of blood from that man was combating high fats. So under the microscope, his blood cells were sticking together. Okay? His red blood cells were sticking together under the microscope. And this could be, we could see this in our future. I'll do a video in the future for you guys to see it in real live time. When I took my blood samples, I'm predominantly raw whole foods. Okay? I'm predominantly fruit based. How about after 12 hours, I went ahead and saw those microslides again? The blood of the man had microbes eating it. Guess what my blood did?
What?
Just guess. Maybe Drsebiacademy would know. Guess what my blood did under the microscope?
I don't know.
It crystallized.
Right.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I'm going to show you guys on real time. Because, like Drsebiacademy said, water structuralizes. It's inside everything. Remember that day we got into a discussion about not drinking H2O? Remember when I was talking about that? When we talked about that and we had like a little discussion? That's now where I'm strong on my point. That consuming fruit water shows the crystallization in blood. And compared to the person that I tested, the other person that I saw under the microscope, which had high fats, like legitimately diagnosed with high triglycerides and all of that good stuff, fatty acids or whatever. And when I looked at his blood, the red blood cells were sticking together, and they were not okay, as opposed to mine. And when it dried up, I don't know if I have the slide here. When it dried up, my blood started to crystallize. And you can literally see under the microscope the formations of the blood taking formation. I swear to God. I swear to God. Something that's, to me, phenomenal.
I told y'all we're crystalline beings.
I would when like I have a different perspective on H3O2. I said in the comments, that's why they blocked me. I said that it doesn't exist. But the principles are the same, right? Like what we still need to consume fruit water because of the electrolytes that are found in the fruit water, because the electrolytes are what provide the electricity, and it's the potassium and the sodium and so on and so forth. Like they travel throughout the body, right? And it's what creates that electric current. You know, not every mineral in your body creates electricity. Like for example, there's no electricity in the blood. And this is all based on science. There's no electricity in the blood because the blood moves because of a pump, right? There's electricity in the heart because the heart is the pump. There's electricity impulses in your muscles, and then there's electricity in the cells. So when Dr. Sebi's talking about electric food, when you give the cells electrons, the cells themselves have this thing called membrane potential. And you can tell with the cell's membrane potential whether the current, or whether there's a, sorry, go ahead, quiet crew.
No, you're making a strong point. I want to listen. I'm just showing you the blood side. This is his blood. There's no formation. There's no formation in his blood. This is my blood. See the formation forming on the side of that where the blood started to dry up? Like, I don't know if you can see it under this.
Yeah.
Let me see. There's a, you know, where it's starting to crystallize right there, where you see all that white? It literally looks like snowflakes. As opposed to his blood, where it just looks like blob.
You know why that happens? Is because, first off, blood is a mixture. It's not homogeneous, right? It's not this one thing. It's an actual mixture because it has to carry nutrients to the cells, right? When you don't eat a fruit diet, or when you're not bringing in the necessary electrons in your diet, because these are all salts, right? You don't bring them in your diet. The blood will start clumping together. You know why? Because the blood in itself is positively charged. You know, the ions that you bring in from these fruit plants are negatively charged, right? So when they're positively charged, the blood cells stay apart from each other and are able to do their job. When you are when you're eating foods that are acidic, or too much carbon dioxide, like eating too much sugars, the blood cells will start to clump together, right? So the reason why her blood is crystallizing is because she has minerals she has mineral salts in her actual blood. That's what causes the crystallization, right? Because a lot of people, you know, like if we want to talk about H3O2, this is just my own perspective, is that H3O2 could never happen because it's a hydrogen. It's a hydrogen, like when it comes to chemistry, there's a product and then there is the reactants. So the reactants are two ions that come together and form a product, right? So the reactant is hydronium, which is H3O plus. That is the very thing that people use as a marker to determine whether something is acidic or not. It's the hydronium.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying upon the chemistry point of view. But how about in the physics point of view?
In the which?
In the physics point of view, like with electrons and physics, not chemistry point of view.
I'll explain. Is that hydrogen doesn't dissolve in water. Okay? So hydrogen is a gas, oxygen is a gas. They don't mix, right? But because of the way that the world, you know, the pressure and all this other stuff, how our world came to be, we have all this water, right? The water does this thing called auto ionization. So it will trade hydrogen ion or hydrogen with other water molecules, making the water more acidic or making the water more alkaline. And I'll explain why water does that automatically. It's constantly like it will stay as water, H2O, and then it will switch. It will be H3O plus and OH negative. OH negative is hydroxide. H3O plus is hydronium. That's what forms water. And because hydronium is positively charged and hydroxide is negatively charged, they balance water. So water always remains neutral.
Okay, I get it. Beautiful. Now my question is, you're still talking about the chemistry point of view. How about the molecular point of view?
The
neural point of view.
The which?
The neurons point of view, like the not chemistry, not with the chemicals, but with physics, like with electrons, atoms, molecules.
Yeah,
how about that?
That's what I'm trying to say is that the molecule hydrogen is one proton and one electron.
Stop right there. We get that part. I get that part. But what you were discussing on was focused on chemistry. You just described chemistry.
We're talking about physics too. We're talking about particles.
That is the missing link. That's the missing link. That's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to get to is that physics is also involved with the human body. So to say that H3O2 doesn't exist on a chemistry point of view, it won't exist unless you put into the perspective of the physics of the molecularly energy.
What you are saying is that hydrogen gas can dissolve in water and it doesn't. So it's the ionization of the water that creates the H3O plus. You could not get H3O2 without the H3O plus.
But with the minerals, you can.
Listen, you got to listen. Because it's contradictory. You can't get, we're talking about acid. When an acid and alkaline. In an alkaline solution, there's there's less hydronium present. So the H3O plus is just H2O, and it's all these H2O molecules in that solution. Water is the fundamental aspect of chemistry. Okay, so
I understand.
And the pH balance it's the hydronium that changes the pH balance. So hear me out. When you have H3O plus, you're saying that the reactant is H3O plus, which is hydronium, which is in a form, it's in a chemical compound because that's the only compound that can exist in water. So you're saying that H3O plus hydronium, which is the acid, is making up H3O2. So the reactants are H3O plus plus O2 negative, which is peroxide. If you combine peroxide and hydronium, they're both gases like this in this state. Sorry, this is an oxidizer. This is a gas. You combine that together, you would need a lot of, hold on 1 second. You would need a lot of pressure and energy in order to create that H3O2 plus. Or sorry, that H3O2.
You're talking about water. I'm talking about life. Talking about
no, but this is science. It's like that formula would blow up. It would combust.
I see where you're coming from. You're amazing. You're amazing. I see where you're coming from. But what I'm saying is that there's still a link to life. It's not just water that we got to look at. We got to look at ourselves as a whole, on a structured whole. We haven't gotten to that research yet, like you like to say. We haven't gotten to that point. to understand that it's not just water we got to look at life. We got to look at life from the life, from the life itself. So when it comes to blood, for example, yes, you're talking about the water inside the blood. That's why you're bringing up, the acidity, the hydrogen bonds. We get that. I understand that. But how about blood that has already all the minerals that are already completed and whole?
But it's just like you said, blood that has minerals. When we're talking about fruit water is just loaded.
There's no research in that. There's no research in that yet. There's no data on that yet. Or at least data they've released. They haven't released data.
There's plenty of data there's plenty of data of the chemical reactions that happen within the body.
No, because if there was, we would have found the answers to our problems. We would have cured everything already, unless, of course, they're holding it against us, which I believe. We're talking about water and how it structures inside the blood. I'm not talking about just water. I'm talking about also all the minerals working in synchronicity with each other.
But in your blood is a mixture. It's not a homogeneous thing. So if it's a mixture, that means there's plasma, there's different types of things that enter into the blood. Hear me out, okay? We have to understand that there's a reason why water ionizes itself, why it changes from acid to base. Because if it was only one molecule, what you're saying is H3O2, if it was only one, then the pH in my mouth would be the same. The pH in my esophagus would be the same. The pH in my stomach would be the same. The pH in my thing. The reason why water is neutral is, and the reason why it's neutral and why it auto ionizes itself, because we have different pH balances within our body to do different things. Because if our throats, hear me out, if our throats were alkaline, because we know that the mucus is a viscous when it's alkaline, you wouldn't be able to swallow your food, right? There's a reason why we have different pH balances is because it carries the food into our stomach. Then what happens is the water auto-ionizes. That is the beauty of water. Then it breaks down the food in our stomach. And then once all the minerals are released from the food in the stomach, it becomes alkaline and it switches back to H2O. And then it goes into our gut, where our gut is 7 to 8 in a pH scale. It has to be, right? Because if it was acid, what you're saying is acid. H3O plus is an acid. If we're going to talk about, reuse scientific terms, we have to understand that H3O plus is an acid. So when we bring that into the gut, if we bring acid in the gut, the minerals are not going to make it into the blood. So it is like Dr. Sebi said is that, he was working on the steam engines, and he understood how these steam engines work by changing the temperatures and so on and so forth. Our body's like a steam engine. It has to have different types. The reason why when food hits our mouth and the saliva starts breaking things down is because the water, the liquid that causes that, is slightly acidic, right? And then it just changes. It has to be. It can't be just one thing. Otherwise, it wouldn't work.
But Papi, check this out. I understand you and I respect your work because you're amazing. You're the only person I could talk to about these things. When it comes to the intellect of it. I get it, okay? But we're talking about the body as a system and how it works and the chemistry components of how the body works, right? On a chemistry basis. We're still looking at that factor. That's fine. What I'm looking at is everything outside of the body that works coin-handedly with the body. You see what I'm coming from? So I think those are other research, or data that we haven't explored yet, because there's nobody that is living in their appropriate nature, and their real, in an idealistic, appropriate nature. So that means that God has to exist. I mean, I don't want to get religious with it, but there must be an external source of giving that energy, because I know you're talking about all these hydrogen bonds and all the oxygen and the blood and the water, but there is something bigger than that that is external, that adds to that formula, that adds to that essence. It has to be.
Then let's break that process down, okay? Let's zoom out, okay? We're talking about atoms, now let's talk about physics. Let's talk about the Big Bang, okay? Now, whether people believe in the Big Bang or not, when energy was dispersed, that was the first thing that happened, is that energy was dispersed, and Einstein said E equals mc squared, meaning that energy has the capacity to be mass. You feel what I'm saying? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel what I'm saying. That energy that came out of that Big Bang, and it wasn't really a bang, it was an expansion, right? That energy could convert into mass. And we're talking about that consciousness, right? It's the consciousness of that energy that wanted to be matter. Hear me out.
It's
now,
a formula.
But it's just energy at this point, right? When the Big Bang started to cool down, small particles started coming out. Okay, because now it's manifesting itself in a different state, because now the temperature of that universe, and it's growing, it's starting to cool down. And that's how the particles came. The first particle that was ever to be made out of that process was the hydrogen atom. Okay, and then all of these hydrogen atoms started clumping together, and I'm giving you a Cole's Notes version, clumping together into a star. And within that star, that's where all the other elements came from, right? We are all stardust. So the star compresses, and all this pressure and all this stuff, that's how those atoms came to be. So that God force is a physical manifestation of the energy that was emitted when the Big Bang happened. And when the stars burst, and when you see a supernova, all of those minerals that are inside, and those elements that are inside the star, is what formed the planet. So we are a physical manifestation of the energy that was emitted. And because we're in a cooler temperature, we are trying to, that's why the atoms bond the way that they do, is that they want to connect, right?
So check this out.
But hear me out, almost done. So the electrons that go along with the atom, those electrons that we get, the electrolytes that we get from the fruits, those electrons, when their job is to, they're opposite charge of the nucleus. But when certain minerals come together, that's how these chemical reactions happen, because chemistry is the study of matter. It's what creates things, right? So when we eat those electrons, what they do is they power our cells with electricity. It's called electricity potential. Okay,
electricity
and
is not
they're the only reason
electricity
why
is not chemistry.
Yes, it is.
No, it's used.
It's a part of chemistry, because the electrons.
It's a part of chemistry, but it doesn't hold. Inside chemistry, it's a whole other bracket. It's a whole other bracket of knowledge. That's why there's neurons, synapses. There's the miracles that happen that happen out of phenomenon. I agree with you with what you're saying on a chemistry point of view, and I do. Believe me, I understand. But I'm talking about the electricity, the electrons, the other missing link, and just to further.
There is no missing link.
Yes, there is.
I was trying to tell you,
sweetie. Listen, I understand. Believe me, I love you because you're awesome. But check me out. You got to listen to the female sometimes. We talked about this. It's not about the man's perspective on the logical sense of things. There's a female energy too, that has to be understood too, or, to be held at a, certain respect. You see? I understand what you're talking about when it comes to the chemistry point of view. Data up to this point has been manipulated. So all that you could be saying right now, I understand it, I respect it, but that could all be bullshit. That could all be a figment of somebody's crazy imagination.
But that's not data. That's facts. That's what you call in facts. It's
okay, on
just
the
science, right?
On scientific calibration.
We're not collecting data. We are looking at it from a logical perspective using math, right? Because when you're trying to talk about H3O plus and O2 negative, you're talking about two things that combust, because O2 negative is peroxide and it's highly oxidizing. And then you're talking about H3O plus, which is very reactive. When you take those two chemicals and put them together, you could take them into a lab and try to recreate it. But as soon as you create that molecule,
where is that data? You haven't even found that data. Where is that data? Where is the data?
I'm using logical proof because it's math. We're looking at the periodic table. We're understanding what these minerals do. And when you take something that's highly oxidizing with something that's highly acidic and reactive, it releases energy. You have nothing. It's an unstable chemical and it cannot be found in nature. I'm using logical proof. I don't need data. I could just look at the formula and know that that doesn't work.
I'll say this. You know what doesn't work? I'll tell you what doesn't work. Having all of this data or this knowledge from science and facts and still not being able to heal mass populations, mass people. That's what doesn't work. It hasn't worked.
But it hasn't because we live under a system of colonization and a bunch of people that have no connection to Mother Earth, that have no connection to indigenous peoples. How are people going to implement any herbs? When you talk to a person that is, when you talk to any person that has benefited from colonization, then they're never going to go towards healing themselves with herbs unless they go to like some high retreat, but most of the times people are running this because they have no knowledge of self. So, but when you talk to black folks, when you talk to indigenous folks, they know how to heal and they gravitate towards it's in my DNA, even though I wasn't raised in those environments. So we have to understand that, it's called natural selection. Some people are not meant to heal. Some people are here. Some people stole the land and they're benefiting from it, and they don't even take the time to listen to indigenous peoples. All you got to do is talk to indigenous people. You'll find God. When you don't talk to black folks and indigenous people from around the world, you don't know God. So why would you want to heal yourself through their methods? Because according to them, we're savages. What I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of
data. I understand. All I'm saying is that after all of the data collection and all the science and facts, where's the healing of the people? Unless there's God. Because to this point in time, we're living wrong, baby. We're living on a different spectrum. We got people eating ramen noodles and still staying alive. Straight up.
People say we're deviating from the conversation. I don't mean to hijack the live or anything like that. So my brother, I'm over this conversation. Take it. What Minister Farrakhan says, take it or leave it.
We appreciate both of your input. We appreciate both of y'all because y'all was going hard.
He's my He's my twin flame. We're twin flames, so there's something else. There's something else there.
Yeah, we are literally twin flames. Literally,
that's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you, when we match in like that, man, we get the most out of our knowledge outside. Like we express our knowledge, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because between a man and a woman hides those secrets. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, we'll always, because like when Quiet Crew and I had a conversation about urine therapy, we studied urine that had crystallized because of the alkalinity. So people need to understand that only under an alkaline state is when crystals form.
I didn't see any
Right?
microbes under the microscope, by the way. I tested the urine that I've stored for it's been maybe 8 months. I've stored this urine and I looked at it under the microscope. There's no microbes in it.
Because the urea breaks down into ammonia. So as soon as the ammonia, that's what makes, when you age urine, it turns it alkaline. And the more you age it, it turns alkaline because the proteins break down into urea. The urea gets eaten by the microbes and they poop out ammonia. And that ammonia, we use that to clean our house and stuff, right? So as soon as that ammonia is present, then it becomes sterile.
Yeah, and there's still crystals in it. I tried it the other day, actually. I've drank my urine, and I gotta say, man, it's incredible. I know that's weird. I know that's weird to a lot of people, and they won't understand that. But they literally call it orin. You know, the indigenous people, the people call it orin because it's literally just the minerals, and it still carries the crystals, the life.
Everything is recyclable. Pretty much.
That's right. The urine therapy is no joke. If people believe in natural alkaline sources, there's no waste products that, and I had a bias, okay? When I was talking to Quiet Crew and we had a debate, I was very biased because I'm like, ain't nobody gonna be drinking no peat, you know what I mean? And I had people making fun of me. And
other things, man.
Yeah.
Come on now, people drink other people's boogers, and I've seen moms soak up the boogers of their babies. They've drank, excuse my language, but they drink from general areas, the yeasts, bacteriums that haven't been washed in 3 days. You can't tell me that the urine I've had that has no microbes in it, that I've observed with my own pupils, is worse than any of the shit that you guys drink and slurp after eating ramen noodles and fucking McDonald's burgers and what is it, Papa John's pizza.
Yeah. So
nobody's gonna make me hate myself.
Yeah.
Facts.
So let me just say is that urine therapy is real because it's alkaline. After when you age it and you let it become ammonia, the stem cells, all that's in urine is stem cells, the bacteria that comes from the urine, the urea, the electrons, all kinds of stuff. But after it ages, it becomes strictly alkaline. That's why Dr. Sebi was able to use and recycle the minerals, because your body is constantly moving this electricity around, and in order to move it, it needs to let the water go. So that's why urine comes out, is because it controls the electricity and the electrons that are within your body, right? It controls the alkalinity in your body.
Remember last night you were talking about how that respected, beautiful individual, that soul that was here with us, I can't say his name because I don't want this flagged, but Dr. S, you know how you were mentioning that there was other factors that played into the part of his death, of his passing?
Mm-hmm.
There was some other drug usage or something that you were mentioning, that there was other things that were involved there.
Well, I was on my channel, I have an endorsement from Dr. Sebi's grandson, okay? And it's Mo Essence. The link is in my bio. You can buy herbs from him. But Mo Essence and Quiet Crew and everybody else too, I'm not going to, not trying to, do anything like that. But Mo Essence, Phil, he said that he came on my show actually, and when I had a podcast, and he was saying that people think that Sebi was killed because of him healing people, but there's a lot of Sebis out there. There's a lot of people curing themselves out there. It's not it's $1 trillion business. Like the herbal business alone, it makes a lot of money, right? But they were targeting Sebi because of the psychotics. You know, Sebi done heal people and all kinds of stuff, but he was getting into stuff that could change your mind. That
Who
could
told you
open
that?
his grandson.
Okay, check me out. I understand that. I understand that. What I wanted to touch bases on, because I don't want to disrespect the man with talking about shit that I'm not connected with. But what I'm trying to say is that because he practiced urine therapy and things, maybe he was practicing things that elevated his spirit. And at a certain point of time, when you elevate your spirit, you don't want to be in your body no more.
Well, it's not that.
And those are.
But hear me out. It's not that. It's that the brother was he was traveling the world and picking up herbs. He was selling the shit, and he went to jail for money laundering. Right? That's why he went to jail. That's why he went to there to begin with. That brother.
But that was bullshit, man.
But hear me out, because like this is just what I heard from his grandson, is that Dr. Sebi wasn't taking it. It was Dr. Sebi, he was getting on some other shit. And the other shit was...
They were paid to say that, my love. I don't believe it.
No. You have to understand, like, people heal and take herbs. If you go to Honduras, you go to Trinidad, you go to Jamaica, my grandma would say, man, when we were sick, we go in the bush and get the bush, right? And they heal themselves. Like, healing is nothing new in Honduras and all of those places, right? Because a lot of them don't even have access to healthcare, right? So a lot of people find alternate ways to heal themselves. So Dr. Sebi was fucking smart. And Dr. Sebi was on another level. And Dr. Sebi was motherfucking rich. You know what I mean? This brother was on another level. They were coming for him on some other level shit. And it had nothing to do with people eating fucking, cherry tomatoes.
That's why they got him for fraud. That's why they got him for fraud.
Oh, welcome. Okay. It looks like...
about this. There's conspiracies about why he got caught up for fraud. We talk about it. This is an open discussion, but he got caught up in fraud because that's the only way they could have got him through what Voilame talked about, common law.
And then we also have to understand too. We have to understand with Honduras. Just look up Honduras politics. Look up Honduras corruption. People just go missing because they want to take over land. You know what I mean? Like, Honduras politics is no joke. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's very corrupt there, but it wasn't the US government planting something on Dr. Sebi, because like there are white people that are healing people within their own communities. You know what I mean? Like, the healing thing is like small potatoes compared to what these people, once they start getting access to certain herbs, what these people have the power to do. Right? Because we're talking about abundance here. We're talking about, like, that this world is so abundant with things that could do a lot, like even to cure addictions. What was that? Do you know Contrabo? Is that what it's called? Contrabo that Dr. Sebi would take? That you take it and you hallucinate for several days and then you cure your addictions. That's illegal in the United States.
Ibogaine too. I think it's called Ibogaine. Is another one that they had. That's illegal here. Hello? Oh, she lost it.
Dr. Sebi already said, her daughter already said what happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's nothing new.
No, we're grateful for both of y'all. Honestly.
Quiet Crew is the only person that that has those discussions with me. Nobody else in the community does. So, like, that was the whole point of me starting Drsebiacademy, was I didn't know nothing from nothing, and I was I would bait these creators to come at me so we can have a discussion, because people in the healing community don't want to talk. They don't want to tell you where they got their sources from. So I create this channel to bait people into having a discussion with me because I just literally didn't understand. So Quiet Crew has always been a, like we don't always agree, but it doesn't matter if we agree or not. You take the
Yeah.
herbs, you eat the fruit, you drink the spring water, you're fine, right? If you don't do any of that stuff, you're not going to be fine. So it doesn't matter how it happens. But I want people to be correct on how it happens so that people can find the research themselves. Because the way that things are being presented, people can't find it. And then, you know what I mean? And that's the whole point of why I'm here.
Check me out. Listen to me when I tell you. I have intuition, right? Something that men kind of could sometimes have a problem with having, okay? I'm not saying I know everything, but I'm a woman. I have intuition. I'm telling you, I do not believe that this man chose to go out the way that he did. I do believe that the family holds secrets or were manipulated in some sort of way. And what happened to the man? This man was on the roll. This man was going to produce healing homes throughout the nations.
But you have to understand this conversation. If we start talking in depth about like the conversations I had with his grandson, it gets deep and deep and deep that you don't want to go and meet with motherfuckers because of how deep and connected it is. We have to understand that the government, because now we want to talk about space shit, let's talk about it. The government is not in the United States. It's not just run by government officials. It's run by the cartel and run by different things. So this is why we can't have this conversation because
let me put this in a perspective.
Deep.
Let me put this in a perspective.
No, I don't.
Yes,
it does.
What happened was, let me just put it into perspective. Just a thought.
Yeah.
The cartel came through, say, listen, Sabi, you've been healing our people. Where are we at in this? You over here making money, doing you over there in other lands. I'm just making a perspective. You don't got to agree or disagree.
Yeah.
You over there doing you at another country that didn't feed you or made you better. You're hiding the indigenous people that healed you when you were younger. How are you going to do that to us? If you don't come back to us, then we're going to do things to your family. Then we're going to do things to your people, your children, your progeny, your generations to come. That could have been a perspective there. So here is the family of this grand man that was under the pressures of, hey, the economy at the time, people being suppressed at the time, and maybe they wanted to come to America, maybe they wanted to come to America or go to other places and flee their country to find a better life, maybe. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. You won't know that. They could talk to you about it, but you can't really know about it. You see?
Right.
So there's other things. Maybe
we're saying the same, but we saying the same thing. Maybe the man
took his own life. Maybe the man was like, you know what? I have come to be a legend, and I'm here now under the arms of a country that's not part of my soul tribe, part of my blood, part of where I come from. Let me just, boom, unalive myself in the best ways I know how. Legends do it all the time. It's called dying in martyr.
Yeah, he had pneumonia. He died because of pneumonia. Because you shock the system. You know what? I don't know if anyone knows what a Honduras prison.
You see what I'm coming from?
Yeah, I do. And again, like I don't think that he was like he just just magically disappeared. I think that there was some foul play, but not on the same basis that not on the same basis that people think it is. I think it's a much deeper story. But I don't want to deviate from the conversation. I don't want to take over the narrative.
You're right.
That's the
you right. You got a point. You've got your contacts. Much respect. It's a beautiful thing to be contacted with these people. But
All right.
listen to me when I tell you, if I was to unalive myself because I was a legend or I became a legend, my mama gonna be crying, but she still need to survive too. And she's still gonna survive her children. I'm already gone. I'm already kapowed. So, family could be working on the essence of what they need to work with under the perimeters of, how they're living now.
Oh, excuse me. Ooh.
And now I'm not, I don't want to try to be the devil's advocate, but somebody got to be, right? So I'm just saying, but you're right. There's a lot of, points of views and a lot of people's necessity of survival. But I know one thing, if I was to be in that state if I was in those shoes that he was in, where he felt through the glory of God or whoever that his time was coming, he had to most probably make a big decision and unalive himself. Ammonia? He died from pneumonia or ammonia?
Sorry, pneumonia. Sorry.
Oh, I'm about to say. I
got dyslexia.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So,
I got this higher, y'all. Yeah, but it's good. I'm glad we got you both on. We appreciate your wonderful debates.
Yeah, we took over your live stream, and I apologize, brother. You need to moderate. You need to be like, quiet down, motherfuckers. No, excuse me.
hold on, but
Calm down.
somebody
No,
said
y'all was giving some good information though, so I was
somebody
like,
said
I was
that he was
listening.
in jail. Somebody
Huh?
said down below that Dr. S was in jail multiple times,
Yeah.
but he wasn't in jail for the bullshit of fraud.
Yeah.
He went to jail for the bullshit of violence. So
Right.
people get slapped left and right every day.
Yeah, for free.
So?
And people doing it for free when you can charge.
Yeah, but Sabi was a powerful man.
For real.
And he was a powerful
Hey.
man, and still is a powerful man. And his legacy lives on because his grandchildren, everybody, all of them are healing. You know what I mean? And the thing is that what his grandson said to me was like, he's like, brother, I don't participate in debates. I don't, don't get me wrong. When I go online and when I do my stuff on my online channel, like I don't debate with nobody because the truth is the truth. My grandfather, every time he came into a room, he lit up the room. People loved this man. And he's like, I don't want you going after, he didn't say I shouldn't go after creators, but he's like, I just don't understand it because my grandpa never told us to create, conflict. Right. And that was his approach. He says, I'm here for peace and love, and we're going to show people what happens in their body, but we just need to understand that Dr. Sebi, the reason why he was so beloved was because he didn't debate with people. He was a beautiful spirit inside and out.
He was, honestly.
Agreed. Listen, I cried out. Listen, I've envisioned this man. I've connected with him on a spiritual basis. I study under his, his work. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. This is my life. And incredible. I'm speechless.
Yep. Herbal Einstein. That's facts, Pappy G. That's facts.
Mm-hmm.
You can't debate the truth when it's straight in your face.
That's right.
But some people will try. Oh, man. Let me show you something. Nah, that's all right.
Your comment section is hilarious, though.
I'm rolling. That's why I've been laughing. I've been trying to hold
people
it
over here like, man, debates are for lunch, not for dinner. We don't know where the conversation's going. We're talking about urine and Dr. Sebi dying and.
No, this is good information, though. This is how it should be.
He said he healed his eye vision issues with urine.
Honestly,
Right?
you can. that people y'all think they plan. This is an actual therapy. If you do this, let's say you ain't got no more water in the house and you at your last survival tips. These are survival tips too. If you could,
Hmm.
filter water a little bit, you could filter your juice and drink your juice. Just hey, this is just in case. So that's a
It's because urine. You just put urine in your eye. It's because urine will naturally hydrate your eye. Like if your eyes are red like mine right now, because I am dehydrated. I've been taking herbs and I haven't drank water. You put the urine in your eye, it will rehydrate your eye. If you're having like issues with your eye, it will cure it. It's naturally alkaline, but it's not too alkaline that it will cause your eyes to, because if the solution is too, you can put eye bright in your eye, you can put
Hmm.
urine in your eye, but you can't put like sea moss in your
Right.
eye because
Hmm.
yeah.
it's too alkaline and it will make your eye red. And I only know this because I was trying to heal my eye and I put sea moss water like a fool and my eyes were so red. Like my ex almost fainted because I was looking like Freddy Krueger or some shit. With these eyes, I put cayenne pepper in my eye. Man, I'll never do that shit again. But that
I
was
Man.
in my early.
put urine in my ears because I used to have bad ear infections.
Mm.
Sulfur, yeast overload, whatever. And they unbelievable.
Cleared it,
Unbelievable.
cleared them up.
Ear aged urine, yes. I also put it in my eyes. Unbelievable.
Mm.
I've drank. Unbelievable. I've used them as an enema. Unbelievable. I've used it on scalp for hair. Unbelievable. I've used it on toe fungus. Unbelievable. Unmatched to any other thing.
Yep.
Mhm. Because
What
it's your
about
body. Yeah, because it's your body's own. It's like we eat fruit and we convert that fruit into human. We convert that fruit with our fluids, right? We convert it
mm-hmm.
into the way that we use it, right? Just like anything, even if we ate meat, we take all of that energy and we convert it to what humans can use. So the urine, not that I drink it or anything like that. I'm not there yet. But I do appreciate the science. um
Yep.
but the urine is it's the opposite of vinegar. Not saying that it's actually the opposite of vinegar, but both things have microbes. But one does it, but the microbes that are in urine are alkaphiles and the microbes that are in vinegar are acid phials. Those microbes are meant to break things down while the other microbes are there to build things up. When I see that bottle,
There's
reminds me of
crystals in there.
when I see that bottle, it reminds me of A Living Color. You remember when that guy was, the homeless guy with the bottle? I don't know.
You see there's crystals, like I don't know if you could see them on the glass, but there's crystals forming.
Let me see.
Woo! Give me a moment.
excuse, excuse me. Some gas. Do
This
you
is
drip it?
this is about
His brothers.
this is about 9, like this is probably like 9-month-old urine.
Let me see.
And there's crystals right here.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
see the crystals? They're on the glass.
Okay. Okay.
This is all siren for entertainment purposes.
Satire and entertainment purposes only.
The
We
comment
talking.
section is
I'm
hilarious.
the comment section got me rolling.
So
That's
somebody wanted to see the alkalinity of urine. I got test strips. Let me
snap.
find the test strip.
But doesn't it look like that bottle that dude had? You remember Damon Wayans in Living Color?
I do.
Yeah, when he was like, what's going on? I got my preach.
Oh man, I remember.
This is
The Colt
this is
45.
This is 9-month-old urine.
Okay.
I have a pH strip.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, this is dope. You guys gotta see this.
Watch this.
This is the pH strips I'm using. As you can see, the highest that this marks in is for the dark blue, and that's a pH of 9. That's the highest it goes.
Okay.
Comment section. Oh my god. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, people don't understand.
Darker. This is darker than what's on the box to show what's alkaline.
Dang.
Yeah. Straight up.
So
it gets more alkaline as it ages. It's the only fluid that does that.
It's the only fluid that does that.
So just in case for emergencies, y'all, look, if you need a final solution, I'm sorry, this stuff is gas.
Is my urine too strong for y'all?
No, these comments have got me wrong. These comments.
I'm smelling it. I'm smelling it because it literally clears the pathways in the lungs. If I take a drop of it in my mouth, I will start coughing mucus. It will clean me out. It will clear me out. I'm not kidding. I know people are funny and they try to like make a joke out of this, but they slurp out. Listen, people in the comments slurp up way worse than this, okay?
Hey, for real, some of y'all nasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for those that want to book about urine therapy, reach out to me.
Yeah.
Because
it's like, just to go on top of that too, it's like, that's the whole thing what Dr. Sebi was saying is that it's either it's alkaline. If it's alkaline, it's good for you. If it's not alkaline, it's not good for you. It's just simple as that, right? So I had my bias, but it's plausible. It's something that people have used, and they've used it in for centuries. Like in Nigeria, all these different places, they use that therapy. They use it in Ayurveda. It's not just out of the blue. But
listen, I don't care what people think.
Don't matter.
I don't.
It don't matter.
It don't matter because here I am. And this right here, unbelievable. And just like somebody said in the comments, truth is more stranger than fiction.
For real. We love you, crew. We know what's up. So just in case,
just
y'all.
like with those pH strips.
She's showing y'all, right? Remember, y'all what was the number 1.5 to your total pH whenever you use those?
Yeah, you have to add a certain level. Maybe Dr. Drsebiacademy won't agree with me in this portion because, he sees things on more of a analytical point of view. But when it comes to the calibration of our system, it's been hijacked. The knowledge that they've given us to use to calibrate and to further our data has been hijacked.
Yep.
That's why I do my own experiments. I prefer to do my own experiments. That's why I have my urine. That's how I walked into urine therapy. Somebody was talking about urine therapy and how it was godly. And I was like, you know what? I want to try it. And I did it. and it proved it correct. You know, it proved it powerful. It's a phenomenon, more powerful than anything that I have ever seen or tested, ever, unmatched, period. And, you know, it'll be ignorant to think that our educational system has not been hijacked. It'll be ignorant to think that our data has not been hijacked or somehow manipulated or somehow not given to us.
Can you close that window, please?
So,
no, it's facts. It's facts.
you know,
The
it is
whole
what it
health.
is, man.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is that everybody's laughing about the urine therapy, but they don't realize that they actually use urine as they collect urine and they put it on your crops.
Yep,
They
sure
actually take urine, people's urine, and they fertilize crops. So the food that you're eating could have been fertilized by urine because of the electrolytes that are found in urine. You know, what's the opposite of it? Well, look at the dog. The dog is a hybrid. The dog was made by man. And anytime that dog pees on the grass, what happens? It destroys the grass.
do.
Humans can pee on the grass. And, you know, you can use your urine and you can fertilize your own stuff because, again, those electrolytes, they're in a biological form, right?
You see this?
So,
you see this? This is dirty pond water. It was having a 7.5 pH value on the scale. If I was to put that urine inside just one single drop, maybe two, it would alkalinize this to an extreme.
yeah.
You could even clean dirty pond water with urine. You can even filter your fucking Dasani water, your shitty fucking crystal clear shitty water with urine, and it'll make it more alkaline for you.
Dang. So R. Kelly, somebody said so R. Kelly had it correct. That's funny.
What's
That
that
is
song?
funny.
You know
Wow.
what they say in the urine? You know what they say in the urine therapy community? Real
What?
love is when you can rub each other down with your own urine.
Wow.
With each other's
That's-
urine. Real
That's
talk.
it. Yeah.
Real talk.
What do they call it? Golden showers?
But you know what? You know what's matched to that? You know what's matched to that?
What?
And everybody has experienced it?
What? What?
A mother's love to her fetus growing.
Yeah.
Not even a man and a woman has reached that amount of love. But each and every one of us had the amount of love the time we were inside our mother's uterus. Because guess what? The amniotic fluid that you were swimming in for 9 months popped you out with the most beautiful skin. Popped you out with the most intricately made, gorgeous organs that still work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Unmatched.
Unmatched. Unparalleled. I love the glow. We appreciate you, Quiet Group, telling people
I love
what's up.
you. I love all of you. And I'm grateful to be, you know, sharing my experiences and talking about these things with you. Who else? Who else of us ourselves? Because we're the shit, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I like to go down to the nitty gritty. I don't care.
Yeah.
Real.
I go down to the nitty gritty.
Real
But that's
shit.
why we had this conversation about urine, because that was one of our biggest debates that we had, going back and forth. And I had to do the research, you know.
Yeah.
And the research proves her right. You know what I mean? Am I whipping out my ding-a-ling to drink my own urine? Not at this juncture, not at this point in my life. But
you could try it in your nose, or you could try it in your ears. You said that you have issues breathing, right? You don't even need to consume it. Just breathe it in. Just breathe it in. You'll see the miraculous difference.
Why is this brother? Brother, why are you laughing?
No, I'm trying not to sneeze, but these
You,
comments,
you laughing, brother. You fucking
these
laughing.
comments, these comments got me dying. These
So
comments
okay,
got me
so
dying.
for real, for those that are asking, how do you use urine? Like, how do you use urine? You can use it any way that you want because it will never hurt you.
No,
Period.
it won't.
Real talk.
That's facts.
It
Because
won't hurt you.
it's recyclable from you.
Yep. So you just collect it in a glass jar. You could leave it aging and out in the open, or you could enclose it. And in about, I don't know, 2 days, you could start using it for therapy. When I started, I just started putting it like on my face. I started putting it in my ears because I was like, I need something for my ears. My ears used to get so bad, man. So bad.
Yeah.
I used to place it in my, especially when I was detoxing, because I had a lot of head. I don't know if you know, but I had a brain tumor. You could see it
I
in my eye
remember.
radiology. I think I've told you about this.
Yeah.
I had a brain tumor, so I had a lot of congestion up here. So my ears would clog up with a lot of yeast, you know, mucus, in other words. And I was like, I needed something, man. I needed something. I was becoming deaf. I was legit almost becoming deaf with the infections I was having. And I was like, man, I need something. Let me just try it. Fuck it. I went ahead and did what it did, put it in, and sweetie, miraculous, unmatched, unbelievable.
It worked.
And it was literally immediate.
Because I might need that for my ears. That's why I'm listening, because I might need that too.
So, you know, it's all right. You know, people want to laugh about it and they want to, like, you know, people are not familiar with loving themselves. So,
Nope. Some people don't know what that means.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, you know, I just want to say, like, people hate science and facts and stuff like that, but, you know, science supports urine therapy. So it's like, at the end of it, well, it doesn't support it 100% in terms of its effects, because they haven't really tested it to that degree. But the reality is that
I got to ask you something, Dr. Drsebiacademy. Was this your own search for answers, or did you research this? Because there's not a lot of research on urine therapy.
Yes, there is. Right? That's how I know. Yes, there is. Not on urine therapy. Not on urine therapy necessarily, but they did do some studies on urine therapy, and they said that there are benefits, but you have to be very careful because some people can transfer syphilis to their eye. They can transfer, you know, they can transfer certain infections to their eye. And they didn't talk about aging the urine. They only said, you know, if you were to just urinate and then drink it, you could give yourself herpes in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's something real. But
that's
if you
why
let
I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, hear me out. If you let the urine age, then you kill all of the bacteria because of the ammonia. Because it's the proteins that break down into ammonia. It's that ammonia that makes it alkaline. And that's why, you know, like, it's not going to kill us if we drink our urine. And that's why they say when you're in the woods and you don't got access to anything, you can try drinking your urine to rehydrate yourself. But then other people say that it will dehydrate you because it's loaded.
That's what I wanted to ask you, whether this was your own search for answers and you put pieces together, or if there was research on it, because I have research on it.
You can go to you can go to PubMed and read about it because it's quite popular in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So, but what they concluded in the study is that they got to do more study on the urine therapy.
There's not a lot of studies on it. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to say that there's not a lot of studies.
Yeah, there's not a lot of studies on it, but they have. But we have to also remember that research data is in other languages, right? Ayurveda. Right. If we were to look up Ayurveda medicine, we would probably find studies there, but, you know, not all the studies make it here. So, you know, urine therapy goes back, you know, centuries and centuries.
Forever.
You know, and people used it for different diseases. Our own people did it. So we laugh about it, but when we think about it, our people use that. And again, the amniotic fluid, Again, this is all stuff that you can look up. So we just have to reprogram our mind. And again, if you are following the alkaline diet and alkaline philosophy, and you're following electricity, then you have to understand, like, if it's alkaline, it's alkaline. It's not going to hurt you.
Right.
But there's some people that are very acidic and have really nasty urine because they're eating too much proteins. You know what I mean? And all this other stuff. So you got to be cleansed to do that kind of stuff.
Urine is supposed to be acidic when it comes out.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. You're right. Not necessarily. But it's supposed to be, because that's how you know that your body is in functioning order. Not everybody's urine is going to be acidic, just like not everybody's urine is going to be alkaline. But, it's right in that basis.
Can I answer a question? So what's good for cataracts? Cataracts is an example.
I'm already having mucus. Yeah. I'm already spilling my mucus, you see?
Wow.
Just by breathing in the urine.
To get rid of cataracts, you need to bring more fruits in your diets, because cataracts is an example of plaque and cholesterol, right? And when cholesterol mixes with calcium, and usually you have calcium in your blood because the foods that you're eating are highly acidic, highly fattening, and all this other stuff. So when calcium mixes with a fat, it becomes the plaque. And that plaque can build up all the way up to the eyes and around your rims. Some people go blind, but if you hydrate yourself, you can you hydrate your eye and hydrate yourself by eating a lot of fruits and stuff like that. You can remove that plaque. You can restore your eyes.
Facts. I'm hosting a class in June 10th here in my state. And I encourage for everyone to join it. It's not going to be broadcasted. Well, I might broadcast it live. I don't know yet. Because I want to hold respect to what I do, and to broadcast things live, it might not be a good idea. But I'm going to be hosting a 1-hour class about disease, and I'm just going to open this preface on it. Did you know that there's over 10,000 diagnoses?
10,000?
That's gonna be the preface of my class. Did you know that there's over 10,000 diagnoses?
Wow, 10,000?
And guess what? The funny part is, there's only 5 stages of disease.
Wow, for lupinus.
But I'm gonna talk about that in my class. But yeah, there's over 10,000 diagnoses, but
that's
only
crazy.
5 stages of disease and 3 causes of disease. There's only 3 causes of disease.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's 3 times 5? It's 15. Maybe we could I'm playing.
There's 3 causes of disease, and there's 5 symptoms or 5 progressions of disease.
They're saying to list it.
No, I'm not gonna list them, because you gotta get in my classroom to list. I'm not gonna fucking give you all the answers.
For real.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna give you all the answers, and you know what I mean, on Facebook or Fake Talk or whatever they call.
Yep. Thanks.
I mean, Drsebiacademy. Do you know the answers to that or no? Did you know?
Okay. Well, let me go into my database.
Because if you don't, I'll love to discuss them with you. I'll love to discuss them with you off the camera.
Off the camera. Okay, you don't want me
to.
I was about to tell everybody.
Yeah, and same to Voilame. I would like to, discuss about this information. But, for people that follow me and my work and stuff, I you know what I mean? If I was to just give you the answer right here, you're just going to toss it to the side and laugh. And
yeah.
I'm not going to play myself as a clown.
Nope.
Yeah, if you want to
Not
come
at
see
all.
my class, you got to come see my class. You got to come see. You feel what I'm saying?
Come see.
There's going to be more respect held to my work if you come to the class. But not if I just tell you so you could turn around and laugh with your man. Oh, this crazy lunatic woman almost drank her urine on live. I don't play those silly games.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all
Nope.
gonna see when y'all been asking for some help. I'll just say she
I
trying to tell
did
you.
find the 5. I did find it. I have it here.
Oh, you have us written down? You have our
Yeah.
topics
Well,
written down?
I was in your live.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you.
I write
Thank
down
you.
everything.
Amazing.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Do you
but
do Zoom? Quiet Crew? Do you do Zoom? Had somebody ask.
I've been considering it, doing a Zoom, like a classroom, but it's not going to be free. The reasons why it won't be free, and check me out, it's not because I want your money, okay? It's not because I'm gatekeeping your, hold up. It's not because I'm gatekeeping information. Don't get it twisted, all right? It's because I value respect. And there might be a little fee. It might be, a little fee.
I've been giving out all of my knowledge away for free, and I'm not making no money.
Yeah, but you shouldn't do that. That's another discussion we could get up. We should talk about that. I don't agree that you do give your information for free. And I've been telling you, you need to join my team. I've been telling you this for a hot minute. I've been wanting you to join my team. You're incredible. I respect your work. your work.
Well, people can send me gifts now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been standing here giving y'all entertainment, showing y'all the Colt 45.
That's the no.
What happened?
Somebody in the comments said info should be free. Yeah, fake news should be free. The news that you've been getting up to this day, to this point of time, that's the thing with people. Because we're in the Aquarius time period, they think. They have the audacity to think and believe because of the technology that's out here is free. My love, this $700 microscope wasn't free. Okay? My time ain't free. Okay? So don't think that you're entitled to information for free unless you do the searching yourself.
Fact.
You do the searching. You put your children on hold. Okay? You get yourself a fucking microscope. Okay? And you do the search for your answers. My time ain't free. Okay? Respect that. Straight up.
Fact.
And that's where this is where I get upset. And I've talked about that to Viola and me Infinity. I've talked to you about this. People do not respect free. They don't. It is a fact. It is the way it is. They don't respect free. So no, you're not going to get my information for free. Just like my formulas, my herbal formulas, I've had people ask me, what's in your herbal formulas? I'm not going to give them to you unless you tip me. And then I'll gladly share that information with you. Unless I find it of my feminine nature at times to give it to you because of the circumstances at hand. I offer a lot of free information already.
Dang. Too much.
Listen, this lights me on fire. Because it's human nature to just get free and then step all over your work like if you didn't exist.
Thanks.
But then carry it on to others. Fuck that shit.
Thanks.
And I talked to Drsebiacademy about this.
Yeah,
nobody
you guys
respects free.
Yeah,
especially in a capitalistic country. We live in a capitalistic country. I don't know about Canada. I think Canada is a socialistic country. But here in America, my time ain't free, my love. It ain't. I'm on the time clock of corporate America just like you are.
I have a social media website that's for free. Like, I didn't realize, because I put all my Dr. Sebi research. I put it all on that website. I haven't updated it yet, but maybe I should start charging, because I don't know. When I came on here, I didn't have any intentions of blowing up or, I was just like I knew my perspectives were unique because I was trying to prove Dr. Sebi through science. And and I posted all my research because I didn't want people to think that I was out to get their money. I wasn't going to sell them any herbs, right? But then
Right.
people at the same time had disrespected me, and a lot of times, and I'm like, maybe I should charge because,
You
like,
should. You know why? You know why?
Yep.
You know why, Twin Flame? You know why? Because I don't paid you for your work.
You're the only one that has paid me for my work,
Yep.
actually.
So
Same.
now I feel a little
That's
disrespected.
actually true.
I feel a little disrespected because you see, I paid you for your work, but all the other work that I couldn't gotten for free, I could have hustled you. I could have just said, you know what? I'm gonna slide in, get his shit for free, and dip out. I came with respect because I respect your work. You see, but other people, they don't respect free.
Nope.
They don't. So now I feel disrespected that you allowed for other people to get into your content for free.
But they don't understand the
why
content.
should I pay you? So
No,
now I'm mad at
everybody
myself.
Yeah, I did it because it wasn't because I wanted to, when I was doing the research, I wanted to be unbiased, and I didn't want people to think that it was going to lead them to a paywall. That's the whole thing. Is that a lot of that's the problem that I had when I got on here is that a lot of these healers were like, starch is carbonic acid. Starch is carbonic acid. And then, and they're like, go link in the bio. And then when you say, give me more information, no, man, it's not for free, man. And then, so they get you to, go to these paywalls. I wanted people to know that I was either going to prove Dr. Sebi right or I was going to prove him wrong, but I wanted to be unbiased. I wished I had a GoFundMe campaign. No one wanted to pay for the time that was spent putting the research together because I was the only one. I'm still the only one in the community that actually looks at the research and uses it to pair with Dr. Sebi teachings. I'm the only one. But people don't want to donate.
I ain't mad at you because I understand it. Listen, I understand it. I have a business degree. I understand that 100%. And I asked you in the previous time, and I proposed to you, listen, you should join my team because if we get the funds, we'll just reinvest it in further research. We're the only ones right now that I know of that are doing this. Aside from, starch is carbonic acid. Like, we're the only ones that are talking about this, But the facts of the reality is that energy needs to be exchanged,
Yeah.
Listen to me. I'm on this platform because the grand, Voilame Infinity allows me on, and he, God bless the man, because I love him so much. Soul Tribe 100. I love this man.
She's amazing.
And on the real, he allows for his time to be with mine to give you all this information on his platform.
For real.
So he also needs to get a cut too. I mean, the man needs to eat too, Bob.
Yep. So if you want to show support real quick, the money sign VOILAME for Cash App and TeamVoila for Venmo. If you would like to just show support to these wonderful people right here, if you have a Cash App or Venmo or any way to donate, let them know.
PayPal.
Or PayPal. Let them know where to find you.
I live in Canada.
The way to support me, you could go on the quietcrew.com page. You could book a consultation with me and do an iridology reading. I do free iridology if you allow me to do yours on live stream for others to understand and see. And if you decide to purchase herbs with me.
She has some good programs. She has an affiliate program you should join.
And yes, for those that are into herbology and they're into, wanting to get into this, I would eventually host class to show how to heal, on the real level, because believe me, there's going to be a point of time that I'm going to croak. I got to pass the torch one day, So, it'd be nice to have you guys learn, and find answers with me. And, eventually I might open a Zoom course like somebody mentioned down below. you know. But the way to support me and to support everyone here, because if tonight you put the code Voilame, he gets a cut off the herbal purchases.
Yep. And I usually do items that are beneficial for you. Like most of the stuff in my links, I don't get a big cut of nothing. I really pick the items so you can have some good items. That's
Yeah,
really
out
what
of
it is.
passion. Out of passion. That's it. You know, we're not out here to take your money. That's the lowliest thing somebody could say, man.
Yeah,
You know how
why?
many people said that? Oh, I'm gatekeeping information. You're not entitled to my information or my research. You're not.
Same.
Especially with that attitude. Especially with that attitude. If you're gonna come to me and you know, like there was a lady the other day, God bless her soul. She came to me, humble and nice, whatever. She's like, listen, my child has a concern. Can you please help? 8-month-old baby. And I said, let me see what I could do. She connected with me. I told her everything, and guess what? I'll even post it on my for my reviews, because she sent me a review. In 3 days, she noticed her child becoming happier and healthier.
She's making a difference for real, y'all. We
And
trying to help people.
you know, I'm not over here gatekeeping nothing.
Nah.
You know, so I really get offended when people are like getting on my page and saying that. It really offends me, because it's kind of like you're on here for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Just to take and dip. That's not nice. That's not humble. That's not respectful. I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to give you the answers.
Nah.
Yeah, and like, you know, and I'll say too, like, even if you give the answers, people will still come to you, because, you know, nobody's gonna go and look for herbs and this and that. And that's the one thing, is that even with all the information, people still ask me, oh, you know, where can I buy this? Where can I buy that? You know, and I'm not even open for business. Like, the reality is that, you know, people, if you, and like, folks, you don't even need to go through us anymore. You could just go on Chat GPT, because Chat GPT analyzed all of the internet, and, you know, and all of the research articles, and it gives you all the information that you need. You know, if you want to know if how H3O works in a hypothetical situation, you could type it up in Chat GPT, and
Yeah,
it
do the
will give
search
you a
yourself.
better.
Do it
The
yourself, yo.
information is free if you
But
search
if you're
yourself.
gonna use, but if you're gonna come and use the time, you know, like,
Exactly.
you know, you then you pay. And I do have a pay link if you guys want to consultation. I do have it on my link. You can go and get a free consultation, but not free consultation. Sorry, it's $500, but it's just a
Yeah.
consultation. I'm not
Yep.
trying to help you heal. I'm just giving you the information that you need based on the research, you know, so that, you know, you don't look like a fool when you're talking to people.
Right. If you request of
Yes.
his time, out of his daily business, out of his daily lifestyle, then it's only the right thing to offer something. Okay. Point blank. Period.
Thanks.
Peace out,
I agree.
YBBC or BCC. Did I
Hey,
say BBC?
appreciate you. Yeah, some of y'all don't understand how much research we put into these subjects.
Bobby,
Like
you told us the other day that you used to post how many videos a day?
20 to 30 videos a day, 6 days, 7 days a week.
Just to have people eating corn chips, sitting down in the convenience of their home, paying just their Netflix or their internet bill of $25 with their Healthline connects here, because you could get it for like $25 with Healthline if you got food stamps for free. That's fucked up.
Yep.
Nah, you ain't getting that from me, baby.
Nah. Honestly, y'all gonna be upset when that paywall start coming up. Because I'm gonna start getting it.
Listen, and we're all subject to that.
Yeah, they about to hit that paywall. Y'all gonna see some new knowledge though. I got like 20,000 videos, y'all. I've like TikTok have deleted so many of my videos. They do it like a hobby. Oh, looks like he's telling some truth. Hit the button.
Oh, and furthermore on that, there, you know, in order to have your own website, that costs. That's not free.
Yes,
But
it's not.
the normal people that live a 9 to 5 daily basis, they don't understand that. You know, running a website just in itself, just to have a screen on internet space, that costs like $65 minimum.
Minimum.
A month.
Yeah. A month. Yo.
And that's not even including the guy that set it up for you. You got to pay him too.
Yep.
And to manage it for you too.
It's a lot. Like, y'all don't know, like running all these stores and doing social media, YouTube. This is a full-time job. Like,
full time.
You got to pay for advertising too, marketing. TikTok don't do that organic stuff no more. Yeah, okay. Same with Instagram. If you want to get up, you paying bread.
You're paying. I swear to God, I you know, and people don't understand that unless you know it. You know, you live in it, you're breathing it, you're doing it. You know, just like with my herbal business, I don't even call it an herbal business. I call it an herbal charity because there's not a lot of people doing this in the game that, you know, in the way that I'm doing it. You know, I have to give a lot of free things just to get somebody to come to me. Because people, you know, the data has it to where herbology is a joke. There's even evil forces working against my business. Big evil forces.
They don't want to promote homeopathy. They don't want you to be able to heal yourself.
They're taking it down. So, you know, anything, you know, any type of anyone coming to me, you know, to receive, you know, any type of knowledge or a basis of how to heal, you know, that takes time and energy, man. And that is not free, man. You know?
Y'all gonna see. Especially in these times, as more knowledge start coming, you're gonna see a lot of people. Well, that'll be $17.99 because I've given you a bunch of free already.
And when it comes to Patreon and stuff, Patreon is all good and dandy, but they take a big percentage, man.
Yep.
That's why I tell people just come to me on my website. Just call the office. Set up an appointment with me. You know, Patreon, they take a big percentage. It's not even worth putting my beautiful, stunning work on Patreon when they have, you know, the rights to them to where they could even snatch it off their platforms too. And then that's all of my look at Voilame. He's lost a lot of videos on TikTok here. He's had over 5 accounts snatched from under his nose with nothing that he could have done with all that time he's collected and space he collected to produce and put on the platforms to gain them business at the end of the day. So these platforms like Patreon, they're expensive. I don't want to put my work on Patreon for them to be able to snatch it under my nose whenever it's not going to be convenient to them. Didn't you know what happened with the sex workers? That's why there was a big lawsuit with the sex workers, because the sex workers made Patreon. And remember when they were trying to take it away from them? They're like, but hold up. We don't made you who you were.
Yeah.
No same Patreon. Difference.
Yeah. Just like...
And you know what? With homeopathy, like you were saying, if the governments were to ban homeopathy, guess what the Patreon system is going to do? They're going to ban it.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Especially if their system or their system is based here in America, they're going to ban homeopathy on Patreon. So that's out the window.
Yep. So it's going to become like you remember that movie V for Vendetta with the Guy Fawkes? It's going to be like that. You're going to have to go to a secret room and, hey, what's the code? Healing myself. All right, you can come in. It's going to be for real.
That's not that's already going to happen. I feel that happening, actually.
Yeah.
I feel that happening. It literally.
So someone asked in the comment section in regards to high blood pressure. If you got high blood pressure, chances are there's something in your body that is clogging up your the bloodstream, right? So you have to think about your lymphatic system. A good example of your lymphatic system is cheese and milk. because when even your mom's breast milk, you're getting lymphatic fluid going through the lymph nodes to feed. But what happens when you eat too much protein and you eat too much starch and you eat too much fats, right? It coagulates and it causes blockage. And then when you mix it in with calcium, because calcium is mainly found in your bones and in your blood, that calcium mixes up with that stuff and creates gallstones and all kinds of stuff. But those saturated fats, those things coagulate, causing a higher pressure in your blood. So you need to go on a fast, and you need to fast from those proteins and saturated fats so that you can and feed yourself enough, fruits that are high in potassium, so that you can get the electricity going back into your body. You need to hydrate yourself, essentially, because acid constricts, burns. It's like your body's a sponge. It burns and it shrivels up, right? When you are hydrated, it puffs up, right? So you have to rehydrate your organs so that it can flow and it can do what it needs to do, right? And what's going to happen to all of that plaque and all of that stuff that's inside you? It's going to break down into small bits, and your body's going to reuse it to build cells and all that other stuff. But it can't do that if it's not in a state where it can do that. So you have to feed your body with electrolytes to do that, to break it down.
Okay, so get some electrolytes, electrolyte water or electrolyte foods.
Foods, fruit.
Okay,
fruit. You need to eat fruit. You need to eat fruit, and then you also need to understand is that fruit hydrates the body, brings water into the cells, and herbs take water out of the cells. So once you loosen up all of that matter, then you need to take the herbs to get rid of it, right? In order to flush it out of the body.
And exactly.
it's a flow. You got to properly hydrate yourself, but you have to fast, because what happens is that a lot of that stuff is, a lot of those saturated fats are energy that it's just like the starch in the plants. It's energy that does not go through the process of converting into energy, right? So you have this potential energy that's inside your body. If you go on a fast, your body will turn all of that stuff into energy. Right? When people go on to the intermittent fasting and stuff like that, we always forget that fasting is the main part of the healing process. You can hydrate, you can do all that stuff, but when you are fasting, you turn all of that stuff into energy. You heat the body up.
There's a lot of people that fast a lot, though, and that's where I don't agree with. Like, people think that they could fast all the time and think they're healing, and yeah, they're healing, but they could only go so far in their healing because they're coming from a dehydrated space. It's good to go in and out of fasting. Because I know some grown people, man, that they fast every single day, and it's not good. It's not good all the time, because it depletes from, it depletes. You're not coming from a hydrated state, so you're gonna get dehydrated quicker. You have to be hydrated.
You have to continuously give your body the minerals, because after some time it will deplete, and then you have a problem, right? You'll be dehydrated and you'll be sick. And your body is a sponge. Like, even look at the sponges in your houses that have been overused and that are dried out. You can't, no matter how hard you try, you can't submerge it into water. You gotta ease into it in order for you to, in order for you to take it in. It took me a whole year to heal my asthma.
Anytime when someone's not eating, it's considered fasting. That's it. But people go periods and periods of time fasting.
What's up, herbalist?
You know, who's in here?
My homie, herbalist.
Oh, I love this man. This guy, I looked at all his videos. Check him out for those that are interested, man. The herbalist sent by Dr. S, man. This guy's information is incredible.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. God bless this man.
yeah.
God bless
Shout
this
out to
man.
him. Yeah, we appreciate him coming through, man.
You know, and I respect him because I feel like his work is underneath the point where he blows up. You know what I mean? I feel like he's at that level where it's just getting good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
God bless this man. But in a way, you know, lately, have you noticed any type of Voilame, have you noticed any type of disruptions in your social medias? Because lately it's been clear for me,
Yeah.
ironically, for the past
Yeah.
couple days.
It's been too clear. It's
Yeah,
like it's come off.
something's weird, right? We
Yeah.
haven't been messed with much.
Yeah.
I've
Something
been
to
messed with.
happen.
I'm shadow banned. Like nobody watches my videos. So I don't know what's going
Mm.
on, but I've been shadow banned. And
I've
I've
been
Did
been
you put
putting
noticing
out
that
some
too.
information or
real
something?
shit. Like my
Yeah.
content is so good right now because I'm getting all these studies and I'm putting them up, but nobody's watching them. And I've beefed up my quality of videos. Now it's it's like a higher level production. So, but
Mm,
nobody's watching it
mm.
because I'm shadow banned. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it was from
And
that last live I did with y'all.
yeah. Hey.
Ooh. Put. You know
Same
what
with
it is?
me.
I think it's the name. I really think it's the name. I'm
Soon
serious.
as they see the names, they're like, "Oh, red
The
alert! Red
computer,
alert!"
when the computer sees an AI sees the name, I think this is what causes it. Because I saw a video. I don't know if it's true or not because I don't believe in anything anymore. You know, especially what's on the web. If you feel what I'm coming from, but I saw that they manipulate all of that.
They do. They do. A lot
Then
of this
they, you
stuff
know,
is.
those names
Yeah, that was
trigger the
my video.
algorithm.
That was my video. Actually, yeah, I was the one that did that on my other account, my dyslexia account. The TikTok, they are what they're doing is they're selecting people to go viral. So if your stuff is going viral, it's because they pulled the plug on it. And you don't know, like even our links to the bios, they don't work. Like they really manipulating it. So I
Yeah,
analyzed their terms and services. So what the reason why, brother, why people can't click on your ads is because every time you promote a product or service, you're not allowed to unless you're a commercial. You register as a business and use their
Mm,
wow.
ad systems, so they will stop you from getting they will stop
sales.
you from getting sales.
Yes,
So every
that's
time you
true.
promote Quiet Crew or every time you promote anything
Yeah,
and you're not a business, you will be they will
that's
stop
true.
you from doing it. That's why you're not
Yeah,
getting the reach.
yeah, because I put a lot of money on ads here on TikTok and a lot of money. I put a lot of money on ads. And I noticed that they let me unlock certain features that I didn't have before. I guess because they saw that I'm starting to spend, they allow me, like, they open up ability for me to grow. It's all
To do
manipulated,
more.
man. It's
Is
all
it? Yeah.
manipulated.
However much you pay is how much you stay or how much you grow.
Exactly. Exactly. And so I haven't opened up a business account yet on TikTok because I feel like once I do open a business account on TikTok, they're gonna manipulate it even more.
They do that.
And
When people
they're gonna track my information even more because the information I put out, you know, it's on the bracket of, you know, homeopathy and things like that. So they're gonna be like, nope. So all of that money that I invested literally could go out in the trash for them.
fact,
So that's why
facts. This is.
I haven't featured in yet.
I noticed a lot of people who join the creator fund, as soon as they joined the fund, their views went down drastically and they lost a big portion of their audience too, as soon as they joined that program. And I've seen that with a lot of content creators, and I was
Yeah,
wondering what's going on. And then TikTok recently just changed their policy with the gifts that people give. They said they only take 50% now, but in the new terms, they take other fees out. So it's still like 70 to 80%. They just told y'all we only take 50.
Mhm.
But they take
Yo,
about 70 to 80.
yeah, they're
And
gonna
you gotta
change
pay
the.
taxes on it too. And you gotta pay. Don't forget that one.
Yeah.
Because all those remainders of what you make, you gotta pay taxes on it too. So yearly, quarter, boom, taxes. That's why I don't want to join in these features, because they're not
Nope.
only gonna manipulate your work, they could potentially even take it all down and shrug their shoulders after all the money you invested. Fuck that.
But yeah, that I don't want to give that much control to an organization. I already got to see that when they banned my accounts. I was
Yep.
like, nah, I can't
Reach out
have
to me
that.
on my webpage, just like Voilame. Reach out to him on his website.
Excuse me, pardon me. But yeah, 100%, y'all. Hey, man, I will. I have to cut the live down a little bit because I have to get ready to get up early in the
Respected.
morning again. I've been working
Respected.
stuff. But I am so grateful that both of you were able to come on and give us a myriad of stellar information today, especially both of y'all, because y'all both so intelligent and having two different points of view to give people enough information to determine what resonates best with them, and having two scholar minds is a wonderful experience. I'm so glad I got to partner with you, Quiet Crew. Thank you for sharing all your information today, everything. And all this information, y'all need to go follow Dr. Sabi Academy and also go follow Quiet Crew. If you need some herbs, both sell their own stuff. Go to the bio, Quiet Crew, and then Dr. Sabi Academy. They both sell their own information. They have their own information. Y'all go. I promote with Quiet Crew, but shout out to my boy Dr. Sabi too, because I know
Yeah,
we're trying to get everybody healthy, right?
and
We're
Yeah.
so
if you guys could do me a favor too, just so I can be unshadow banned, if you guys can go onto my content and comment, watch the videos, that sort of thing, just so we can get the information out, because I've been waiting for probably 6 months to drop all this information, but I read randomized trials, all kinds of stuff. I beefed up my game because Dr. Sabi Academy 1.0 was me not really knowing how to read the research. Dr. Sabi 2.0, which I'm releasing now, is higher level quality content that is going to be backed by science. You'll be able to go and research it, and no one can dispute what I'm saying.
Please,
So,
please
you know,
join my team. Please join my team. You could have your own thing, but please join my team. I've discussed this with you before.
you
I
talking to
just
me?
need to. Yes, yes. I've discussed with you about this before, and I'm just waiting for your response. And as for Voilame, I don't want to take the time away from you and your followers, because I know you have great topics of that you've mentioned for your platform and things, and I would like to schedule time together with all of us and discussing topics in health. But we should try to do so like on certain days or a certain day of the week, or maybe one time every 2 weeks. However, you guys, think is best. But
yeah,
I'm totally down for it. Scheduling
Yeah,
a day where people
100%.
know when to tune in, talking about health and their questions, and people could even ask questions.
or a
And
Q and
we could
A
get
section.
exactly a Q&A. They could send their emails. We could do iridology readings. We could, get everything done, on a certain day at a certain time where people could know they could join on. Because I don't want to take from your craftsmanship either. You got
Oh
great
no.
information, and I listen to your lives all the time. As soon as you're on, boom, I jump in, and you know, but most of the things you talk about is just like I gotta say something. So I ask you permission to join on, and then we go on a whole nother, video. So
Yeah, no, but I appreciate all the information you give. I come in on your lives as well, and I'm always
thank
learning
you.
something about the body so I can have a fresh body, because I don't want to be anybody. I want to be my body. You know what I'm saying?
100. I love that.
Yeah.
And
100.
I was gonna say too, like, if you guys come onto my lives, I do readings, so it's not tarot cards or anything like that. It's from the motherland. It's from ancestral. Because as soon as I healed myself from asthma and all these other things with these herbs, they started opening up, decalcifying my what do you call it? The pineal gland.
P9.
So, you know, I just have this ability, and I'm going to show the testimonials because people have been coming on to my lives, and my readings are 100% accurate.
Love it.
So,
Love it.
you know, that's a service that you'll have to pay for. But what I do is I read your ancestral guides. You know, we all have ancestral guides, and our ancestral guides is our spirit self, you know, that is there to guide. But some people are at such low vibrational, they're at a low vibration that they can't communicate with their own guides.
Right.
So I can
accident.
recognize your guides, and I can tell you what they're telling you. Sometimes you need to recalibrate. Sometimes you need to change, you know, who you're hanging out with. I'm a voice channel. I'm not someone that is a psychic. You know what I mean? I'm a voice channel. I channel your ancestors. So
Love
if
it.
you are looking for readings, just send me a DM, and I'll send you my pay link, and you guys can, you know, see for yourself. But I'm going to be posting those videos of the live streams, and like so many people, every reading that I've done has been 100% accurate.
Love it.
So y'all go
Love
follow Dr. Sebi Academy. Y'all go follow Quiet Crew. I told you we all have good information. We're trying to get y'all healthy and on a new path to a better you. But anyway, excuse me. Anyway, I love y'all very much. I'm about to head off. I'm about to get ready for the work in the morning. So I hope y'all have a good night tonight. Thank y'all so much for coming
Thank
on.
you. Thank you.
We appreciate y'all. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Love and
Hey,
light to
peace
you
out.
all. Thank
All right,
you.
take care,
Peace.
y'all.
Yeah.